What's up? How's everybody doing? Greetings, greetings. Y'all know the drill. We'll give everybody a good chance to get in here. How's your guys' Monday going? Hey, Teresa, Anna, Mimi Hill. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Good morning, Ranny. Are you like in Australia? It's still, in the US, it's still Monday. Andy! Oh, no work? There you go. That's what's up. Doing good. Been a very productive day. Hey, Jenna. Hey, Peaky. I'm doing great. Thank you, Mariah. Live in Australia. How's the weather over there? Busy day for you too, Mystic Born? It's my favorite deck. Well, not to be, I'm trying to think of the word right now. Let's go ahead and exclude my own deck from that question, because my own deck definitely would be biased. That's the word. I was like, I don't want to be biased because of my deck. Let's go to before I, let me act like that's not there right now. I would say my favorite deck. This was the second tarot deck I ever bought, and actually, I have a really cool story to tell you guys regarding this tarot deck. So this is called the Law of Attraction Tarot deck. You can see how it's got some years on it. But when I first bought this tarot deck, I only had one tarot deck before it, and I was at that point in my journey where I couldn't just look at the card and know what it means. Like, I would need to see the words Two of Cups. I couldn't just look at the picture and figure out internally what it is. And I bought this tarot deck without realizing that it would not have the words Two of Cups, Magician, Chariot, etc. on them. They only had pictures to show you. I'll show you. They only have pictures like this one. Wow, the card we pulled on the bottom is the Tower in reverse. So rising from the ashes, okay? So obviously right here, it's showing the numeral, the numeral for it. And at that point in my life, I didn't know how to instantly, and I was very upset. I was very upset when I bought this and I got home because I was like, it was an internal thing. It was like, I didn't believe in myself to be able to learn how to use these cards. And then throughout time, I was like, no, you were meant to get these for a reason. This is a challenge, a good challenge, and you're going to master these cards. And these cards are exactly why I learned what the Law of Attraction truly is, truly what it means. And now it's one of my favorite tarot decks. When it was something I used to be, when I got it, I was very upset when I got home. But it shows you that everything happens for a reason. And in fact, I think I'm going to use that one as our tarot deck today. I haven't used it in a while. Jesus is already here, my friend. Thank you, Teresa. Jesus loves tarot. It's called the Law of Attraction Tarot. And let me see if I can see who it's by as well. I don't think they actually have their name on this deck. It's made in Italy. I don't think the creator has their name on the deck. I've never noticed it. Interesting. Yeah, they don't have the name on it. But I'm sure if you go, I got it at a spiritual store forever ago. I'm sure if you just look up Law of Attraction Tarot online, it will come up. Just don't buy it from Amazon. Boycott Amazon. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start letting people do the flow of questions. The rules of the live tarot, there's 3 options you have about getting a tarot reading. You either can be here, chill vibe, and comment your name, your zodiac sign, and a yes/no question. I need you to make sure you do those three things. This helps me with a flow. I will only look at individuals who are getting the free readings. I will only be reading individuals who follow those three steps for me. So please, and if you need to be refreshed on what those three are, you just got to click on your screen and the description will be able to come up and you can look. The other two options are based off of if you choose to give a form of an energy exchange to super chats, or if you choose to join the YouTube membership while you're on the stream. If you join my YouTube membership while you're on stream, you will get sorry, I just saw somebody's funny comment. You will get a one card general pull. And if you're interested in doing the super chats, just look in that description to show you the energy exchange breakdown. Basically, the amount you're choosing to gift, I'm going to meet an energy exchange with a certain amount of cards, minutes, etc. I put into your reading. So, with that being said, super chatters are guaranteed their reading done in this specific stream until I make the cutoff. Once I make the cutoff, anybody that does a super chat after that will be the first people I read in my next stream. Like the last two people were Misty Knight and Reba Stowe. So as soon as I'm done explaining to you guys the rules, the instructions, I'm going to end up doing them two first, and then I'm going to go to everybody else. I do a mix, an organic flow of the super chatters with the free individuals. So again, if you're here and you're free and you're chilling and you're vibing, you're not going to be guaranteed an answer. It is very much based off of who I'm called to pick. If you're a super chatter, or if you join the membership, you are guaranteed your answer. So now what I'll do is I'll give it, I'll answer these two people who were the last ones from the super chatters. And then I'm going to give a little bit of time to get what I like to call a cluster of individuals who have super chatted. While we're making our cluster, I'm going to do a bunch of free people. So, yeah, that sounds good to me. And let's go ahead and start picking some homies. All right, so, Missy Knight. And remember also, guys, these are recorded. So if you end up wanting to record your part of the reading, look and pay attention to what time it says on the clock we're at. And you can go to the pre-recorded reading, or you can go to the recorded reading later tonight when it uploads, or tomorrow, and have that for yourself. Or if you're somebody who gifts and then you have to go, you can go back to the reading and look through and see where your question was answered. Alrighty, so Miss Knight, you did a one card general pull. That's what you requested. We're going to start with my Oracle deck today for you. What is the energy surrounding Missy Knight? What does she need to know? Okay, small, medium build. Pay attention to details. There is somebody that wants to energetically invest into you, Missy. It looks like there's a light that is coming on and off. I feel like you may be in a moment where you're kind of worried if you're going to get your bills met. And I don't feel that somebody's coming to save you. This is an energy exchange of like a deservance. There's been so many times in your life you have given off the like the shirt off your back or whatever, because you're like, that person needs it more than me. And I believe that my unconditionalness, if I ever really need it in return, it will come. This is those moments. You have a little bit of time frame where you're migrating a shift in your finances, and you have individuals that you have helped that want to support you. You're not getting a handout. And in today's world, there's no fucking such thing as a handout. We all have to help each other, however that looks individually. But for you, Missy Knight, this accept will excel your timeline. Accepting this help will excel your timeline. All right. Now, Miss Reba Stowe, you had a specific question, and you wanted to know, how does D feel about you? And you let me know that you were an Aquarius. All right. How does D feel about Reba Stowe? Reba Stowe. Mr. D. Facing your shadow, embracing your dark, fighting your inner demons, and taking control over the parasite. This is one of my most fucking powerful cards in this tarot deck. The way he feels about you is this silence that this back and forth you guys have gone into. It's not because he's like going in and out of wanting to be with you. It's a self-trust thing. This person doesn't want to get hurt. And there's something about your, and go with me here. Your intensity to be yourself is, what's the word? Intimidating. That's it. You being your full self is intimidating to this person. They also know that that vibrancy, if they're going to be by your side, they have to face that inner demon, that part of them that for so long has been like, how can I really take up a room versus pretending. I see I have a man in front of me, meaning the person attached to you, that realizes he's a wounded masculine and he is doing the work. The first, more than the first step, honestly, a very long process into the steps is once the man realizes he is a wounded masculine truly, and how to incorporate understanding how to become the highest version of himself. You see, your separation for further growth, it wasn't him thinking, if his mind's not been, do I want her? Do I not want her? It's been, am I good enough? Can I take this? I feel that D only wants to bring you an offer of clarity, but it's a yes, that there is an embracing of the shadow. Okay. I'm going to start writing people who are gifting, but we're still going to do some free people, okay? I just want to make sure I got it on lock, if you will. Okay. Anna, you're being added to the list. Okay. Jessica, you have been added to the list. Okay. Sierra Barnes, you have been added to the list. Also, for the people here who are members, I'm going to be uploading tomorrow the Viking Divination, the Archangel Ascension, and all 3 of the Archangel guided messages. So you look out tomorrow for those. Okay. Now, Nikuzi? Nikuzi G. All right, I've added you to the list. Misty Lee. All right, you are added. Mystic Born. Right, you've been added. Teresa K. You've been added. Rachel Ann. Okay. All right, I got everybody up to date. I'm going to just go ahead and do a few more free people, and then we'll start with the super chatters. All right. Hey, Kat. Your username is Live Infinitive. Sorry, it's a little hard for me to see. Holistic Healing, got you. All right, so you're a cat, you're a Capricorn. Do you see a positive change in your life? Is there a positive change in your life we see occurring? So you've been having actually the willpower to set up more healthy boundaries with individuals. You felt very, the mysterious aura, comforting appearance. You see, in the past, you've had a lot of people you put healthy boundaries up with and they didn't respect it. And you were almost punished in a sense. Like, oh, okay, you want to put this wall up with me? Then I'm gonna double down. I'm going to pull all my energy away from you. And it registered in a sense of your ego as like a punishment. In reality, these people were not deserving of you. This energy, if you set healthy boundaries with somebody and they truly care about you, and they realize that they could have unintentionally hurt you, crossed a boundary, they're going to apologize. However that look of apology means for them. It may not mean saying the words, but you'll feel it no matter what, because everybody's different. But when you've experienced so many people that it's been the same thing over and over again, where they run and use, and then once you realized I'm no longer going to allow myself to be abused, they just let you go. You have entered a time frame where you have people who are not those individuals anymore. And you've found family surrounding you that's also had some aha moments. I see people that, I feel a lot of individuals, honestly, that are going to kind of come to you and ask for, maybe not forgiveness, but to be entered back into your life. And Spirit actually wants you to be aware that there are certain people from our past that come back and it was separation for further growth. But then there's certain people that it's a test. Okay. What I see within the next 2 months is a deep amount of outer control being felt within you. You may have felt internally crazy, and maybe that's even amplified, like to where you're like, man, I'm eating correctly, I'm sleeping, I'm drinking water, but I feel so everywhere. I feel crazy. It feels like your body is really catching up right now to where you spiritually have been. You entered this timeline. Your soul, your essence entered this timeline before your physical body could catch up. Your body's catching up. And now what I see is these individuals that are surrounding your life. In the next 2 months, you're going to have a specific friend that accidentally crosses your boundary. Truly accidentally does. And you're going to feel a fear to bring up. But it's all about presentation over speaking words. I see this conversation going more than great. I see you feeling healed. I see you feeling tears of relief, to be quite frank, because what the person's going to say to you is not things like, you're tripping, what are you talking about, I'm not doing that. They're going to be like, I am so glad you are bringing this up to me. I was not aware that it came off like that. I don't discredit your feelings. I'm going to let you know I didn't mean that way, but I'm not discrediting how it felt for you. And thank you. I want us to work through this. However, those words are said by that person. And this is going to be those tears of relief, because you're like, holy fuck, this is what it feels like. This is what that unconditionalness, and this feels more than a friend state. It's not even a romantic state. So they're wanting you to know that when it comes to your romantic life, it's going to continue to develop in 2025. But right now, there's more of a focus on like platonic and like soul family that has nothing to do with a romantic development. Okay. All right. Kavita, Oswald, you're a Scorpio, and you want to know if you should continue to wait for him. Should you continue to wait for him? Time of learning, young-minded. He has a long way to go. I'm hearing there is a form of divine intervention completely being at place. It is too soon for you two to be together. They want you to let go, not give up. There's a difference, okay? Letting go means you surrender to the universe. You're not surrendering to a human or anything like that. You're surrendering to the creator, whoever your creator is, and saying, I know I have these feelings for a reason. I know my body is telling me, though, that I have to stay. I have to stay back. My soul wants to go. My body and everything is telling me to stay here. And that's because you and this person have a telepathic connection. No matter if you're 3 miles, 3 inches, 3,000 miles away from each other, you're always going to feel each other's energy. They need this time, okay? And they want you to let go of thinking you have to do anything. If this connection is to thrive again, his freedom of will must align to your timeline, and it does not right now. So, well, I'll give you one more card. Small, medium build, paying attention to details. He is going to end up coming back into your life, okay? Your life, not you going back into his, and they want you to take your time. They don't want you to just open arms, allow him in, and then just everything go back to the way it was. Absolutely not. This needs to be slow. You're 2 totally different people than you were when you last knew each other. So showing him, hey, I have, as you have gone and grown, so have I, and I have established different forms of healthy boundaries. This will be a time of seeing, can you be tangle partners? Can you go back and forth? Can you help each other? But there is an unfinished story for sure within this connection. All right, we're going to do one more free person, and then I'm going to switch to my super chatters. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Liz. You want to know what you need to do for your highest good? Okay, I'm going to put that into a category for you. What should she do regarding her career for her highest good? Foot like a butterfly, sting like a bee, balance within one's masculine and feminine energy. You are migrating a humongous change in leadership right now when it comes to your individual career. And it's a scary time because you're not sure if your job is secured. Remember, we only have control of our own reactions to things. We don't have control of how others choose to operate. If you are migrating through a hard time with your finances or career, this is going to be clear as day why you are being energetically pushed from this environment. You are meant to do something else. What I'm seeing is you are migrating from one set place that you always went to. Even if you're somebody that works at home, because now I'm like staring at my laptop intensely. You could be somebody from works from home and you have a very good skill. You could even be somebody that travels back and forth. Some things are in the office, some things are in home. And whatever job you're at, you need, they keep making me look at the escape button. And what that's showing me is there's this sense of there's something else outside in another tab. There's something else that if you weren't being pushed into this moment of uncomfortability, you would, what's the word? Give me a second. It's an easy word, but it's hard for me to remember right now. Settle, that type of energy. You would just settle with your surroundings. You wouldn't push yourself farther anymore. You're going to be using the same skills, but a different environment. So either if you're still working from home and you're logging into a different web page, server, individuals, different clients, however your job looks for you, this is a migration time for your highest timeline. The job you're at currently, it's more, the leadership is acting the way they are for more than just because of your guys' job security. Their job security is very on the line as well. So when spirit migrates and has a new opportunity come your way, trust that leap of faith with it. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and write down the other super chatters since I last wrote on the list, and we'll start that cluster of individuals. Misty. Okay. Rachel. Perfect. There we go. Rachel Ann. Next person. Missy Blow. Got you on the list. Johnny Climbs. Got you on the list. Floyd, what's up, brother? Got you on the list. Okay. Socialist Starseed. Got you on the list. All right. All right, so now we're going back up to Anna and starting our super chatters. There we go. There she is. All right. It's also hot. Whew. Okay. All right, Anna. Will you become clairaudient? Are your abilities enhancing? The warrior, showing bravery, honoring your worth, ready for new experiences. People's spiritual, people's abilities will enhance as you go through literal challenges and like purging and allowing yourself to access levels of your emotions that you once felt fear to do. Like for a long time, you could have thought accessing your anger was automatically connected to negativity, and that is farthest from the truth. Okay, all power, all energy is a form. It's how you use it. Are you using that rage for the better good? Are you using it to center somebody out? Are you using your rage because you're fighting for something of injustice, or are you using your rage to scare somebody? It is the reason behind, it is your tension behind everything you do that actually sets in stone the energy transfer, if you will. Okay? What I see with you is there is something you have to speak up with. There is something that you are hearing without your audience ability that you're not speaking up for. And it can look very different for you. This is what I can say is this is a personal thing. Yeah, we're not going to shy away from the injustice what's happening in the world right now, especially in America. But this is a specific reading, meaning your own life. There is somebody that you are not standing up to, and it is a test to pass. Okay, and once you pass this test, there is this sense of an acceleration of the next skills. When you had your first spiritual awakenings and you started realizing you can connect dots, that you can feel, you can understand much more than what's going on behind these eyes. Every single time, if you look back to when something else progressed, it was a monumental part of your life where either something was released or finally something was accepted within self. For that next step of your audience abilities to be unlocked, what I hear is you standing up to a masculine individual and then literally ear pop ringing on your right ear. And your ear will stay popped for like 2 days. 2 days you'll feel, I know it's going to be like, oh my God, you're going to be hearing this subtle ringing in your ear for 2 days. And it's not like you're loud, it's not like tinnitus, like it's not like you are around loud music and then it like bust your eardrum or anything like that. This is simply from, I feel like a form of rage, a final exerting, and then you start hearing this ringing. So yes, your abilities can enhance, but with that being said, there's already certain things that you can do that have to be checked off the list. Okay. Jessica, what do you need to know about the energy surrounding you? Small build, dark differences making a small difference. You have some individuals around you that are going to be asking you for help soon. It feels more like a mental, spiritual health. These people have themselves when it comes to their 3D existence. But it's about connecting dots to knowing, why do I feel like I'm in a dream, is what I keep hearing. Somebody's realizing that this is a reflection. Everything's happening right now is light bouncing off light. We are God experiencing itself. And once you see that, and you can still understand the line of every human is their own person, but that we are connected in some bigger form, there's a big form of the ego that just gets away. It's like the need to take everything personally goes away. You no longer care about taking things personally. You care about seeing things as a whole. What Spirit's wanting you to know right now is you have no idea how many times you thought nobody was looking and somebody was, and it was positive, like giving inspiration, hope to individuals, seeing that they're not alone. Whoever you are, you need to give yourself far more credit than you do. Whether this is resonating with you with both family members, friends, and work related, I just see you're all around a very reliable person. And you also, to continue to build your next steps, you have to have more time to rest, is what I'm hearing. You got to let yourself rest more. And remember, rest, a lot of times we've been taught, especially if you're in America, we have been taught that rest and etc. is a reward. It is not a fucking reward. It is a human need. It is a human necessity. There is a difference between relaxing and sleeping. You cannot categorize them in the same area. Resting is recharging. Allow yourself to sleep more. And yeah, that's what Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. Also, guys, we're going to be here for at least 2 hours. And then after... Hey, Remy, I do have God. Thank you very much. After I am done with here, we're going to travel to Twitch. For anybody that likes to hang out with us over there, I'm going to be playing Hogwarts Legacy tonight. And we always do give one free reading over there. So if you don't get your question answered here, you still got a chance later tonight. Yeah. Sierra, you would like a general card pull. All right. Trusted advice, backbone, mentor, wise person. You have somebody that wants to invest into you. There's somebody that's stating right now you're at that. I'm telling you, a lot of you here, this is career. A lot of you have I know there's going to be people here that are for love and personal development, but there's something about a lot of you here are like, I got love checked off. I'm feeling it. I'm understanding. No matter if you're with a person or not right now, you're like, I see my focus. And that's just going to continue to form as it's supposed to. I see right now, Sierra, there's a mentor or a boss that's on your side, deeply on your side. If there's something that you're wondering if you're waiting for a response from, whether this is getting some form of promotion or if this is just making sure your job is safe, I feel the need for you not to worry. There is this sense of somebody that wants to come in and they see you as, they see a version of themselves in you. A younger version of themselves is what I'm hearing. They see somebody that it's like, I wish somebody would have stood up for me. And I told myself when I got older, as things developed, as I became more established in a career or a position, when these types of situations arise, I won't back down. I will be the one that stands up. You have somebody that's on your side, Sierra, deeply. And they want you to release fear that this is going to go south. Right now, we're rebuilding. Everything crumbled, so there's a new fracture. Okay, there was a fracture in the building, not the full building went down. So it's the same job. There was just something that happened in your job that caused a disruption. But the foundation's still solid wherever you are. It was just that level. And now that level can be repaired going forward. Okay. All right. I'm sorry if I say your name incorrectly. Nakwishi. And your last name is Guilaz. Sorry if I said your name wrong. You're Monica. You're a Scorpio. Is the man you love going to eventually come back forward and talk to you? Does the man you love plan on coming back to you? Bobbing and weaving, avoiding harm. This is divine intervention. This person's freedom of will, the energy forecast I can see, because what tarot does is an energy forecast. Think about the Weather Channel, guys. What is the Weather Channel? It is literally a forecast. It is a it's something you can go off and trust, but depending on the freedom of will when it comes to the weather, wind, everything, it may go from being 20% chance of rain to 100% chance, or it may go from the storm being over here to being all the way sent to the other direction. We base a lot off of what we have from the Weather Channel on how we're going to go about the rest of our day. If we need to bring an umbrella, if we need a jacket, etc. But we're also aware that little itty bitty things can change, but it's not going to be very, very off. That's tarot with predicting timelines. That's why you hear me call tarot energy forecast. It's the same exact thing. This person's energy forecast for you, my friend, shows avoidance. I do not see right now in his timeline him bobbing and weaving back. Okay, and this is for you, not to you. They want you to let this man that you love go. If you are to be in each other's life, again, there is a divine intervention that is being taking place right now. And you love the highest version of him, and that is beautiful. But you, and remember, I'm here for you. You're not loving him for who he is now. You love him internally. And I'm not taking away that. But your mind, your ego is clouding. He cannot give you what you want right now. And that's where the ego is clouding. You love and want him to be happy. But the ego wants him now, when he can't even give to himself. What I can see is spirits telling you to let this go another direction. And there's time. There's time in this. There's going to be many days you wake up before his freedom of will can align to being by your side. Now, with that being said, if he decided to completely change his behavior, if he decided to release what I'm seeing as some toxic individuals, he could accelerate his timeline, but that's not what we see right now. We see somebody that's going to go through more trials and errors, that might have to learn the hard way a couple more times. And you don't need to be there for that. Long story short, they want you to let this connection go, and it does look like there's somebody else that's going to actually be able to give you a very loving dynamic, even though right now it may be hard to see. All right, Misty. All right. You are V, you're Libra, and you would like to know, is your ex going to reach back out to you? Let's see. Below the belt. Passing boundaries, harmful actions. Okay, so he knows he passed the boundary, but he doesn't want to admit it. There is, remember, I'm here for you. There's a lot of ego. There's a lot of toxic masculinity within this individual. His ego definitely is pushing him away from you because he knows to come back, there is something to apologize for. Your pattern has changed. You used to allow this back in or would give excuses over and over again. And this time your pattern changed, and what his ego is trying to do is punish you for putting healthy boundaries up. I'm not saying this is an evil dude. I'm not saying that there's nothing good about him. You like him for a reason. You feel what you do for him for a reason. But sometimes we can get blinded by seeing the highest version of the person versus who they are in that moment. This connection will come back, but you have a choice. Are you going to repeat a cycle, or are you going to see that this person hasn't changed their behavior, so you cannot expect a different outcome? This is one of those really hard loves that they're always going to have a special place in your heart, and you, from your freedom of will decide how many cycle repeats you do with them. All right. All right, Mystic Born. Your name is Amber. You're a Taurus. What message do you need to know right now? Okay. Healthy partner. You just had somebody new into your life. You're not in a relationship right now. But you've been talking either to a few people, or you've allowed yourself to get into these new in these new environments, allowing yourself to speak up. Either if you went to some form, I'm sorry, excuse me. Ooh. You went to some form of event, or you decided I'm gonna allow myself to go onto forms of dating apps, but I'm gonna use my discernment. Believe me, guys, I can genuinely say when it comes to dating apps, it's 50-50. I've seen plenty of soul ties meet on dating apps, and I've seen plenty of karmics meet on dating apps. It's just one of those things. It's one of those divine, it's one of those, there are multiple ways to meet your divine. There is not one straight line. Divine intervention is if you both are starting to take different steps, Spirit's going to reroute your GPSs continuously to each other. Sometimes you can meet them in the store. But if divine intervention came at play, something happened that was out of your control with their life and they weren't ready to meet you anymore, you're going to go into two different aisles. You could literally be in the same exact fucking store. and go in two different aisles versus going down the same one, and it's a divine intervention. And then later on, Spirit decides, okay, we're going to recalculate. We're going to put that GPS in. They both decided to get dating apps. They're going to be on the dating app. There is, when you go into life with love and everything, with truly no expectation on how things have to go about, that is when you have full control. And you can trust that I'm just following that straight forward. And I don't have to fear if this is meant to be in my life, if this is going to fuck up my timeline, etc. When you just flow, that's how things grow. You have a new positive influence. If you have recently, if this is more of a sign, a synchronization for you, you're like, you know what, I've been thinking about doing the dating apps, but I've hated them in the past, is what I'm hearing. There's this sense of just, for every one individual in your life that has mistreated you, there is one man that will be able, or person, I don't want to assume, there's one person that won't heal all of you, that will be able to dance with you, will have their own scars that have healed, and do not want to repeat the feelings that others gave them to you, and you to them. That's what a tangle partner is. Freedom of will. You've released a toxic ex, but internally you still have them in your heart. Whoa, I feel like I almost just like whistled. And I can't really even whistle. I could barely whistle. They're saying that there's somebody you still have in your heart that you definitely are being influenced to not start another relationship or get yourself in the space of maybe these people have been matching with her, etc. Maybe there is something more. What I'll state for you so I can continue on. Don't go back to an ex. I can definitely tell with your energy, I don't see you have a soul tie you've separated for further growth. I see that you've had some karmics that have done their purpose. And you do think about each other. That's why you randomly have them come in your mind. We're like, humans are like, you got to see humans like as computers. Computers continuously ping to each other. We pick up on Wi-Fi signals. We have our cables, our Ethernet cables, our cords that keep us connected, like the red cord and etc. What I can state with your connection is it's new. And I feel that for you specifically, if you allow yourself to go on either a date this weekend or you're going to be invited out. Give me a second. This freaking putty is annoying me. You're going to be invited out on a date. And what they're wanting me to say is, go with me here, a fake date. Because they're not going to ask you. They're not going to say like, oh, this is a date. They're going to be like, you want to go to this event with me? You want to go to the movies with me? Oh, I have some free time. It's not going to be the words date, but you both know exactly what is actually happening. And this is a new person. They're very, something they want me, oh my God. Something they're wanting me to state is they're kind of like a softer individual. I don't mean weak. I don't mean like scrawny or something like that. Just their demeanor. Their presence is very inviting. You're used to being with maybe more, I wouldn't say aggressive, but attention-bearing masculines. And this person is not that at all. They are a listener. They are a thinker. You're going to see them in their eyes truly wanting to know about you versus just your body or just what they perceive you to be. That's a humongous thing. We are learning in life to not love somebody for who we believe they can be. We have to love them for who they are and still have faith in their highest timeline. That's what I got for you. All right, Teresa K. Right? Yes, Teresa K. You're a Cancer, and your first love is a Capricorn. Was it correct for you to start over after all these years? Okay, so you had a separation for further growth. Throw away the fear. The truth is here. Heavy energy responsibilities, control, chaos. Yeah, this is good. Both of you have the ability to be in each other's life. Truly, I don't see like an escape energy. I see two people who are going to be tango partners. They're going to channel the stress together versus at each other. No relationship is perfect, but this one, there's joy within your connection. I don't feel that you two are even the same people at all. It's like two totally different relationships. Seeing your when you were young-minded together versus who you are now. There's been a lot of heartbreak that's happened in both of your lives since you last saw each other or were together. This is good. They're saying to take it day by day, of course, and don't be in the mindset of we're starting where we left off. You're in a whole new book in the same series together. Right. All right, Rachel Ann, you're a Virgo. All right. Is the Leo staying with you? Organized structure. All right, so there is disruption and within this. I'm here for you. This masculine, this individual is definitely going to do a cycle repeats. There is this state of coming in with impulsivity and then getting anger, ego, fear, warped in and allowing him to believe that I can just come back in and out again. They do not have enough structure in their days to give you true commitment. It's not that if we're busy individuals, we can't be in relationships. But this busy, it doesn't feel like a structured... It feels like this person wakes up and has no fucking idea what they're going to do. They're just going to go and do things. And it feels kind of... I have to say, it's sketchy. I don't think this person attached to you has a big moral compass. And you do. You have a big moral compass. And it's beautiful that you can love a person for their highest self. But again, my friend, they're not being that person to you. And actually allowing them to continue to come in and out is enabling your pain. We choose how much we allow a person to use us to an extent. Because it is their choice, it is their freedom of will of how they're going to go about using or manipulating. But if you never open the door, they can't do it to begin with. That's what that means. I want to make that very clear, because when victims take ownership and are like, oh, this is my fault, that's fuck that. We are not saying that. It is not your fault that somebody abused you. It's the simple fact of being aware of the door. And this door has been closed, but you never locked it. And this individual knows that. The next time they come to your door, they need to see it's locked. But the choice is yours. Okay. Next person. Missy Blow. Missy Blow. You know you have a lover? What's a sign from them? I'll give you an animal. Let's see. What animal did we got? It's very interesting. It's a mystical type of animal. Well, number one, I'm seeing phoenix birds, but the first thing I kept hearing was starseed. Starseed. You guys definitely have not met yet on this planet. Your lover, whoever your divine is, your physical bodies have not met yet, but your souls are already connected and your sentientness is connected. I feel that you're going to meet somebody this year. You're both going to understand you're both starseeds. And the phoenix bird is going to be a big sign for you regarding this connection. All right. All right, Johnny Climbs. You'd like a general. I got you. And remember, for individuals who are wanting a question answered and are doing the super chats, just make sure you do type the question. If you don't, I'll just assume that you wanted a general pull. No problem with that at all. That's completely cool. Just wanted to let you know, just in case you super chat and you're wanting that answer, you need to make sure you put it in there. But I got you, Johnny. Let's get you that general pull. You are literally embodying. You have met. You're in the same collective as the friend beforehand, but there's a couple of miles ahead. You've already met the person. And 2025 is about your expansion. Is your birthday coming up? I don't know your zodiac sign. Your birthday's coming up. I can feel it. There is somebody that wants to reach out to you on your birthday. Okay, your love collective is thriving. I see which one you're in. You're in the video I'm going to be posting tomorrow morning on my TikTok. You should watch it if you feel called to. That is, never make anything fit. And if any fucking reader ever tries to make you make something fit, fuck them. All right. So, what I have for you to sum up, there is a romantic dynamic that wants to come in it, and it looks like that person has been met in your life already. And the last time you could have talked was about a year ago. And that would make sense because it may have been around your last birthday. There may have been this sense of, yeah. But what you've waited for, what you've prepared for, this love is coming to you. I don't sense you needing to get out of your car. I don't feel the energy of the person I'm embodying having to move. I am feeling the energy of like, oh, I know I feel somebody's coming to me. My food's being delivered. My mail is coming to me. I don't feel your body needing to get up, your essence needing to get up anywhere. What you need to know most is that love is formulating in front of you right now. And whoever this person is, they will make themselves crystal clear on your birthday. All right. Floyd! Everything's great, man. Get a general reading. I got you. What we got from a friend? General pool. They want me to go outside the box. Quarterman, trusted advice, backbone, mentor, wise person. Trust that you can do this. This says don't give up, you can do this, but they made me say trust you can do this. All right. You're feeling halfway about a relationship right now. Block, defensive guard up, absorbing the shock, transmitting to a higher frequency. You want to know if you've been picking up on her energy more. You've definitely been picking up on her energy more, and you're wanting to know, is she okay? Because you feel like she's stressing. You see, when I entered your energy, I didn't even feel like you needed confirmation that you're on track together. You don't need a confirmation when it's regarding your inner love. Like, you're very connected to your inner teenager right now. There is a mental barrier. There is something that she is going through, and you can feel it. She has her guard up, and somebody she trusted took advantage. That either means if she's I can't remember at this moment if she's in another relationship, or if this is like talking about like a boss or career area. It could be mixing both. That's why I could be feeling the mix. It could be somebody with work that she met and turned into a romantic relationship. Long story short, the reason you feel okay, but you feel like there's something like stressing within her. She had an ego death, and there's something that she absorbed, and she's transmuting it right now. There was somebody that she thought had her back, and definitely didn't. There could have even been, I'm hearing is a provoking, which means there could have been a boss or somebody that was a worker that was like a head or etc. that tried to do something or flirt with her, being inappropriate, and she said fuck you. Like, well, she didn't say fuck you, but her energy was like get away. And they found some form to get her in trouble or fire her, like something that had nothing to do with the actual flirting thing. Just found something to fire her for. However, this will resonate. All I can see is she does have divine intervention. Is she really losing that job? No, she's not really losing that job. There will be something that ends up coming back. I see some form of like whoever that boss is. There's already investigations on him, and there will be a victory. And in fact, what they're telling you to do is just to send her that positive affirmation energy. Whatever you're going through, even though I'm not there next to you, I am helping you. Justice is being served, even if you can't see it right now. You have so many people behind your back, more than you even realize. You are deserving of happiness. I will not say I'm sorry for what that person did. I will not. Because here's the thing. A lot of times we can say I'm sorry when it's not even our fault, but we're trying to comfort the other person. And even though that's high vibrational, you kind of take in a form, you're taking on like a ownership for something you didn't do. So it's not about not saying like, oh, I'm sorry you went through that. It's finding a better way of approaching those words. And what I feel called to tell you is to tell her, kill the noise. That's a band. Kill the Noise is a band. You should look up their songs. She's gonna send you some songs. She's been sending you some songs telepathically, meaning her higher self. It's not that she actually knows she's doing these things just like you do for her. You send her telepathic songs and you don't know that she's hearing them. But I don't know if you'll like the genre. It's like death metal music or around like screamo vibe. So I don't know if you like that type of music, but Kill the Noise is really going to be the energy. Even if you just want to look up the lyrics, if you don't like that type of music, just look up the lyrics. There's a resonating within that. Something that's going to make you feel her anger and what she's going through. But to sum it up, bro, you're very high vibrational. And that frustration you're feeling from her end, you're not making it up. And all you can simply do is just be a supportive force where you are. Continue taking care of yourself. You continue to take care of yourself. Whoever your soul tie, those individuals connected to you, that's your best chance of helping them take care of themselves. Okay. Socialist starseed. You're an Aries. You're here to be part of dismantling capitalism, period. Where is my divine counterpart, who was a mirror to me and helped me become who I am? Okay, so you're wanting to know if you've... What we'll do is I'm going to turn that into... I'm going to turn that a little bit more into confirmation if you've already met your divine counterpart, okay? Let's find out if you've met your divine counterpart or if your physical bodies still have to meet. That will answer a lot of questions for you right there, okay? Has she met who her divine counterpart is in this existence, in their 3D bodies, or is that still connecting? Still connecting. You have not met your divine yet. And I know that might be like a feeling, but at the same time, take it as a relief. That means that everybody up to this moment, they've had a purpose in your life. You've had soul ties. You've experienced soul ties, but you've not experienced your divine counterpart. I'm going to take a moment to explain that difference between soulmates, soul ties, and karmics, okay? Real fast. Karmics are individuals that come into your life to teach you a specific reason that is along the lines of releasing things that do not serve. It's a state of building up your self-confidence. They're a state of also breaking generational curses, trauma. You find each other, you have your purpose, and you separate. Soulmates are individuals where it's about support. These individuals, I'm not saying things are perfect, but the essence of the connection is, yo, you're good. You're somebody that definitely is supposed to be in my life right now. I may not consider you a best friend, but you're a good friend. And then a soul tie. A soul tie is somebody you are reincarnated with in every single lifetime. And we have multiple soul ties. They're not all romantic. We have platonic, we have family members, we have animals, we have plants. Yes, plants. Soul ties. Certain flowers or trees or areas of the world you feel somewhat connected to further, there is a soul tie connection to that sentient... It's been proven that plants have conscious feelings and etc. With that being said, for you to get back to the person, romantic thing, it looks like you have yet to meet in this timeline. But the more you allow yourself to express exactly what you are stating right now, your reason for being here, you are aligning with that person. I feel from your activation and from standing up for what you know is right, is it the exact thing that will attract you to this person? I think you're going to meet each other in a form of a group, whether that looks like a meetup, a protest, some form of just collective. It's a community-based thing. The more you put yourself in the community, you're going to find this person. I don't see you finding your person like on a dating app or even like the energy of like casual. I don't feel these two people in the store or oh, we're hanging out with a friend and it's like there's rage happening. There's things around that you two. It's not a trauma bond that ends up happening. It's like soldier bond. So go ahead, continue to fight for what you believe in. That's the exact thing that aligns you to who your divine actually is. Okay, that's where I've done up to. That's where I got up to for that group of super chatters. What I'm going to do now is start writing the super chatters that were after, but I'm going to switch into doing a few free people. So let's just go ahead and start getting the list for the next set. All right, so Alvin, you will be the first one when we do the next set of super chatters. Starting with Alvin. I'm thinking about 1 more hour. We'll stay here, guys. When I come on anytime after like 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, my time, I think I'm going to do only 2 hours. But if I can get on before 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'll try to do about 3-4 hours. All right. Campbell. Got you. Shantel. We got you on the list. Then I'm going to have to go to another page, but I'll go right back to that one. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and start here. We put Shantel down. All right. Kelly Smiles. Got you down. Penny Jervis. Got you. Margot. Paradilis. I'm so sorry for the ones that I say your guys' name wrong. I try. I got you on the list. CJ. Got you on the list. All right. Etho. Loving Light. Libra. All right. Eyes of Cree. That's me. All right, we got you down. right, next person. All right. I got that next set of super chatters down. All right, so we're starting with Alvin, and then we'll end with Eyes of Cree. That's me. But before we start the next round of super chatters, we're gonna go and do some free individuals. All right, get a drink. Also, I saw somebody, I don't know who it was, and I'll just give it to you as a warning. Somebody said that one of my beautiful followers, and I truly mean that, I'm not fucking just saying that shit, said that their question was stupid. Please be respectful, and I'll tell you one thing. I can take things being said to me. I can give you plenty of opportunities for redemption. I don't do the same thing with other people. Okay? If I see somebody, and Annie, also, just so you're aware, I've never said this to you before, Annie, and just because you're here, and I don't want to forget instead of emailing you. You ever see somebody that's calling anybody's names or saying that their question is stupid or not important? Block them. Don't even put them for 24 hours. Get them out of here. I don't deal with that shit. All right. All right. Only the greats. Alina, you're a Cancer. Will I ever find peace being in separation from your twin, or will you go on with pain forever? Okay. So, is the person that we're even channeling somebody that is truly part of your highest timeline? Okay. I understand your pain, but I don't feel that this person is what you consider the twin to be. Passing below the belt, gym partner, healthy boundaries. You are stuck in two spots because he would go back and forth, right? One moment he was this deeply, deeply supportive individual, and then, but that was the thing. You were on edge. I see somebody where it's like you have to pay attention to like a tone of voice change or something, like a pin could drop, and then like everything changes. All of the love that he's been giving you, turning into rage. This person, they were meant to be in your life for a period of time. And they're not evil, and nobody's perfect. But this person is a mirror. What I will state, and what I'm saying here, is what I consider the politics of the spiritual universe, of this part of the world, whatever. There is this understanding that twin flames are supposed to be these individuals that is your one and only, and that they're so toxic and all these things are going to happen, and then magically you're going to be the healthiest things for each other with peace and love. That is false, and you use your discernment from there. I am not trying to make you feel anything. These are universal truths. I say it that way because I had to teach myself. Nobody could teach me. I had to learn these things for myself. I had to see them for myself, etc. And I would expect you would want to do the same. Don't ever just believe something somebody says. Feel it, look it up for yourself, and use discernment. I feel the words twin flame have been warped in the spiritual community. We do have a twin. They are a mirror. But here's the thing. We also have somebody called a divine. A divine counterpart and a twin flame are not the same person whatsoever. They are two different souls. Your twin is somebody that makes you see the other side of yourself. The stuff that you have purged down. The things that you have to really face to do what you're supposed to do here, to be who you are. But there's a level of toxicity or etc. that once you pass a line, you know your contract with that person served. And you're always going to have a spot for them in your heart that you love. But your divine counterpart is a tango partner, not a mirror. They are a person that's a different essence of you. You're both created to be in each other's lives, but you're not the other half of each other. You're tango partners. You balance each other. You did on your own work, your walk of life. You did the work on a specific dance. They did as well. And then you find each other and you practice together. And what happens when you practice? You stumble over each other's feet. You get pissed at each other. But there's this innocence of I'm not giving up on you. This innocence, I know what you've been through. And I'm staying here. And I'm going to be positive staying here. Not put each other through all the trials and errors we've already learned with our twins and with these other people. And I can definitely tell you there's multiple individuals who their divines come into their lives and they separate for further growth, but they're not their twins. There's a different feeling. A twin is the fireworks and the excitement and intensity, and a lot of times a deep amount of sexual attraction driving the entire relationship. A divine is comfort. It's excitement, but it's the excitement that goes from a firework to more the feeling of, think about the feeling of when you are either going to, I'm seeing multiple different examples. Think about the feeling of being a child and being told you're going to go to like Disney or something like that. If you don't like Disney and you like Universal instead or whatever, that feeling, that it's not a firework feeling where it's 1 second and it's gone. It's like, this is staying. This is a memory. This is something that I am so present in the moment. I am not worried about what is going on or what is to be. I am here and I'm enjoying. That essence, when you feel that with a person, that is your divine. And then the walk of life happens with the freedom of will. I felt called to tell you all of that because I think that you have been under the impression that this person is your divine. When in reality, I'm telling you, if this was your divine, you both would have aligned at a different time in your life. There are divines that meet each other when they're young, separate for further growth, meet their twins, go through their twin journey, and then find their way back to each other. And then there's some divines who don't even meet each other until they're over the twin flame journey. That's the energy forecast part, the freedom, the will. If we decide to go left path, right path, choices. That's why destiny says certain things are destined to occur. Nothing is destined to stay. All right, that's what I got for you. Next free person. See. Thank you, Annie. You're doing phenomenal, by the way. All right. Mina, you are a Capricorn, and you would like to know if your crush is going to pursue you. Is your crush going to pursue you? Is your crush somebody that you... Is your crush somebody who is either... The energy I'm seeing is they could be a boss. They could be somebody who you work with, has some form of authority over you. Or this could even be like a friend who... They kind of like... They're like... You know how some people you can just tell who is kind of guiding the friend group? I don't like saying the word the fucking leader and shit, but just the one who is more aware of keeping everybody together or making the plans, going out to the events. Really, the decision maker is actually the best way to put it, okay? However this resonates for you, I'm here for you. And I don't feel that this person has the same energy of like attraction that you do to them. This does not mean you are not worthy. This does not mean that they find you ugly or weird or anything like that. It's far from it. I see this person sees you as a pretty beautiful individual. But whoever they are, their eyes are on something else, which either means they are not attracted to your gender, or there is somebody else that their eyes and their heart is already for. And you're admiring and you're seeing the connection you two can have. And I never like to tell somebody to not go for something, but just use your discernment on, is this an impulse thing? Is it, there's attributes or things about him you like and you're ready for love? Or is it that you actually feel something like on a soul level connection? It's like this person and I are like telepathically reading each other's mind, etc. I feel my guidance, my compass is telling me the more you take time, you're going to see it's more of a... I just see really great qualities in this person. And what you can do, the qualities you see in him that are making you have a crush on him, you tell the world, you tell the universe, you are manifesting the man with these qualities. Or the person. However, I can't tell you how many people what they crack a code where you can continuously tell the universe what you don't want. And that's good, but you have to tell the universe also what you do want. So, take a list. Figure out, get a piece of paper and figure out, write the things you like about him, and really read them to yourself and see, is this external things? Like, he's a nice guy, he's caring about others. When he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. You can just feel compassion. Or is it things like, I feel like I have a past life? Or we finish each other's sentences, the way we look at each other's eyes, etc. And that's going to really be able to give you a lot of forward movement from there on how to manifest who your divine is. And you take it with your freedom of will from there. All right. I'm drinking G Fuel. This is actually the Jason flavor too. If you guys are interested in, so like the only energy drink I drink is G Fuel, and it's not because I'm an ambassador for them. I've been drinking G Fuel way before I was an ambassador for them. It's the only energy drink that doesn't give me crashes, that doesn't make me feel like shit, and it has a lot of good flavors. If you're interested, if you've been looking, if you're somebody that's like, if this is a sign for you, you're like, fuck, Red Bull, Monster, all that stuff, it makes me feel like fucking shit. Generally, just check out the webpage. Just check it out. And if you do decide to get any G Fuel, you can use my code at checkout, and that supports me directly, and that's Matthew Ramos 1. I used to drink Monsters all the time when I was in high school and stuff, and never would go back. Okay, what? Let's see. You tell me to hurry up, you ain't going to get an answer. I can tell you that. All right. Marisol, there we go. All right. Marisol, you're an Aquarius. Just wondering if your life will get better. You're doing everything you can to put that out to the universe. What's the next positive thing that's going to happen to you? To give you terms of encouragement. Like one of these two. Okay. Also, guys, I still have some spots available for my Canada trip. If you're interested in joining, it's in September. It's a camping and hiking vibe trip. And actually, if you decide you want to go, what I'm doing right now is individuals. I have 3 coupons I have available. Individuals who reach out to me personally via my email, contact@offprintment.com, who are interested in joining, I will give the first 3 people that reach out to me, I will give those coupon codes too. It's going to give you a significant discount, like a couple $100 off of the trip. So if you are, and this is the first time I've said it, I just got the coupon codes. If you're deciding you want to go on that trip, email me at contact@offprintment.com, and you will have that code access for, I can set it for 48 hours. You can have access to that code for 48 hours, and then after that, it would not be eligible for you to use anymore. So if you are interested, you have any questions, etc., do not hesitate to send me an email at contact@offprintment.com. We've already done one hiking adventure before, and in June, I have my Bali one. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get your answer, Marisol. You're an Aquarius. You're wondering if everything in your life will get better. All right, so you have recently released a masculine energy, and it could have been love, or it could have even been work, it could have been both from the fact of what I'm feeling, that you're like, me picking myself equals being alone in this moment. And it can really, oh, I see. You're shedding your whole crew. You're going through an ego death. This is the part of your journey where everybody you once used to get along with, like 80% of them, you are realizing they are not part of your timeline anymore. You are increasing and they are staying. It's not even that they're decreasing, they're staying. This next chapter of your life, you're not going to be in this state of having no support. Okay, you have a lot of support around you, but there is a state of finding a new community. If you've been looking, if you've been called to either join some if you have a club or a group around you where you live, or even if this is more like an online based community type thing, you're going to feel a deeper connection to source by understanding those individuals that you had to release. They counter-reacted every like positive affirmation you would give yourself. When you surround yourself with individuals and let them into your inner circle, because there's a difference between, no matter where we go, we're always going to have to deal with low vibrational people. No matter if you live in America, somewhere else, no matter if you work from home, you work at a job that takes you out of your home, you're going to experience negative energies. It's about the people that you let into your life and know what's going on. They're the ones that have the ability to actually affect you. And the people that you have on your hand, that you tell your manifestations to, you should have no doubt that they have your highest interest in mind. And if you have any question of that, you shouldn't be telling them what is going on in your life, because they have the ability to manipulate the energy of your manifestations. They have the ability to affect the way you see yourself. That's the trickling effect. Your life is going right now, is going exactly as it's supposed to. And we're not discrediting the way you feel whatsoever. You acknowledge the way you feel, but you remember to tell the universe, everything already in this moment is happening for me, not to me. You are shedding what no longer serves. And the people that you are finding in this timeline, your 2025 is community. Your 2025 is not about hermit mode. Your 2025 is not about redemption. It is about community. Are going to be every single one you find will make you understand why everyone else, we're not actually true friends anymore. When it comes to love, you've definitely you've put yourself in some very vulnerable situations. So there may be a little bit more time when it comes to you feeling ready to date or etc. again. But overall, the shedding you're doing, the purging, that is the tower moment. That is everything crumbling down, and it looks like destruction, but it's not. It has to happen to be rebuilt. Okay. I'm going to go now to our super chatters. Start that next one. And that was Alvin we were starting with. Get a drink. All right. Alvin, let's get you your timer. All right. Perfect. Alvin, you're a Sagittarius. Message from your guides about your upcoming trips. Okay. Do you have a safe travel medallion? Totem? I feel that you should have a safe travel medallion or totem. This is something you don't have. You already have whatever you need to make this. You don't have to spend a penny to do this. Do you have a coin? Do you have something that you can put in your wallet? Something small that you can bless as a safe travel protection. Something I would feel called to even do for you is if you can get a coin rune. Meaning simply you can go to like a spiritual shop or etc. And runes, in case you're just in case you're not aware of what a rune is. Come on, switch over. These symbols right here The things you see on my fingers, well, these are called binding runes. It's 2 runes put together and it makes something else. But single individual runes look like this. You can use them for protection for many different reasons. You can use them for safe travels, communication. You should look up, there's multiple runes that are for protection, for safe travels, etc. Look up protection, safe travel runes. Whichever one calls out to you. What I'd like for you to do then is, if you don't have a coin or if you don't have something, literally get a piece of paper, write on that paper with a permanent marker that symbol, fold it up, put it in your wallet. I know it sounds like something so simple, and it does so much fucking more than you understand. This is going to be something that you keep with you everywhere you go. And it will be easy. You will forget that it's even there. When we put forms of spiritual protection barriers on us, think about armor. Think about how much armor a knight or etc. will put on themselves. They're not going to put just one shoulder pad. They're not going to put on just the helmet. They're not going to put on just the torso stuff. They need everything to be protected. So, with you having your spiritual protection, if you wear any forms of like crystals or carry crystals with you, and then also adding these other elements, it's like having a bunch of barriers. And the way I feel called to explain it even further to you is, you see all the stuff I'm wearing. I wear these things for protection. Every single one of them has a specific purpose for me. Let's say I wake up and I'm having one of those days where it's like, oh shit, I gotta get around. And I forget to put my rings on, okay? And I go out and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have my fucking rings on. Well, guess what? I have my protection rune already in my pocket. And I also have, for me specifically, my tattoos and etc. But if you're a person that doesn't want tattoos, having these things already having a home in your car, in your wallet, etc., you're always protected. There may be one form of a barrier that the armor isn't on, but you're aware and you can control that. And you're remembering you already have yourself prepared. When it comes to your travels, I want you to know you're very safe. And it looks like this is a very exciting time. You're going to go on at least 3 different, they want me to say cruises, which is interesting. 3 different cruises. So the cruises could be, one is travel with car, because I'm like cruising. One is literally through boat. And then one is plane. I see 3 different forms of travel you're going to be experiencing this year minimum. They want you to know that you're ready for this. And release the fear of taking a financial decision. There may be at least one of these where you kind of have to, you're going to have to kind of like fork out, if you will, a lump sum of money. Maybe your ticket won't be paid for or etc. But this is going to be a returning thing, and you're trusting your inner self. And the way I'm seeing this opportunity is going to flourish for you. Definitely allow yourself to step out of your car, step out of that plane, step off that boat. But this is very high vibrational. What I'm seeing spirits telling you for your travels in 2025, Alvin, is you already set something up in 2024 as well that is to be restarted. There's been a divine intervention for at least one of your opportunities, hasn't there? I feel that it's migrated. There's been a little bit of a different energy forecast, and you may have thought something was going to happen towards the beginning of 2025, but now I see that this specific event, etc., has been rescheduled towards the end of 2025. This is another divine protection thing. This is involving being on a safe plane, is what I feel specifically to say to you, especially with everything that's going on. If you live in America, with the planes right now, you have safety, and you'll be getting on the exact area at the exact right time. Okay? God, I need more fucking putty. Ugh, yeah, I just need to throw this one away. It's been there for a while. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do anymore. So we'll just go back to doing this. It's gonna work? Yeah. Alright. Alright, that's what I got for you, Alvin. Alright, Isabel. Isabel Campbell. You're an Aquarius. The reading you had last night, was the reader correct about your current partner? Isn't your life partner? I'm not going to check the reader's energy. I'm going to check just the energy of you two. Are these two people still have a purpose in each other's life? Were you financially the one who was in control? Meaning like there was much... I feel that there was a sense of disbalance within you two. Either you were the breadwinner and they constantly were just taking from you and acted like the energy like they were the breadwinner of the house, or they did have a lot of financial control over you. No matter if the money was coming from them or for you, it looks like they had the financial control no matter what. They would... I think for you, I think mainly with you, it's that you were the one that was paying for things. And they would sit home. They would sit home on their ass. I don't like saying things like that, but this is true. This is not that energy, because there's a difference. So many people call themselves lazy when you're just burnt out. Literally, there's a difference between being burnt out and lazy. But lazy is a thing. Lazy comes from selfishness and etc. I don't feel that this is a healthy dynamic. I don't know what the reader told you, but what I can say is I definitely can feel that there's somebody else that can give you a balanced give and take. I think if anything, this is more confirming whoever did do your reading. It seems pretty authentic to me. You have somebody else that's meant for you for sure. And I know I can feel how hard this hurts, because you're like, I invested so much into this fucking person. I was received so many promises that weren't kept. And do not feel stupid. Feel the farthest thing from stupid. It shows everything in you. It shows everything about your character that you unconditionally loved and wouldn't give up on somebody. But you have to love yourself more. You have to see your inner child. You have to see your inner teenager. Because you put them aside by putting this person first. There is somebody else that's meant for you. All right. Okay. Shantel, what's up? Will I finally meet someone, eventually tie the knot? Okay. Are you going to find somebody in 2025? Let's start there. Do we have love in 2025 for you? Hidden love, hidden love. Third time's the charm is what they want me to say for you. Resilience, quick recovery, powering through difficulties. You already know this person. I'm not saying that this is the person you're going to get married to. Okay, we got a lot of energy forecast and freedom of will before then. What I can state, though, is there's a person you have an unfinished story, and they are a soul tie. This individual, they're not a soulmate, they're not a karmic. They still are supposed to be in your life, and there is something that's not finished. Both of you had to separate for further growth, though. And they want me to say third time's the charm. I don't know if that means a third individual, or if that's you guys have separated 2 times already, and you're kind of going to come back together this third time, but there's a difference within it. So... there you go. Looks like you do got love in 2025, no matter what. And let everything else form from there. Okay. Right. Right. Let's see. Kelly, there you go. Kelly smiles. You're a Taurus, and should you continue to pursue a connection with the Virgo? Should you continue the connection with the Virgo? Okay, this is what I heard in my head. Should she continue with the Virgo? Hell no. Like that, I just had to say it. Instantly it was like, hell no. And then we had the small build, making a difference, stark features. There's somebody else that has their eye on you. And it's not that just because this person has their eye on you and they're a good person that you should go for them. You got to fill that internalness. But whoever this Virgo is, they're blinding a whole other opportunity for you. You got to look at the differences between their actions and their words. It looks like this Virgo said they were going to be there for you, or that they wanted something more, but their actions aren't aligning at all. And there's a difference between giving somebody the benefit of the doubt about fear and then just giving them too much time. There really is a difference between that. Something I keep tell you is there's dark features about who your next lover is. And I think this Virgo does not have dark features at all. In fact, I'm seeing somebody that could have maybe more of like the strawberry blonde to brown type of hair. And like a more of a clean shaven, I guess you would call like a traditional type of person. The traditional type of person you've always dated. The person that is meant for you, they are not like any person you've been attracted to before. If you've been attracted, I don't sense you have like a type, but there's always just been kind of a type that's ended up you've dated. This person's very different. They could even be of like a whole different race than you've ever dated before. I don't see somebody that fucking cares about that. And something I feel called to tell people is right now, this is, excuse me, this is more just advice I feel called to state. If you're somebody who says, I don't see color, that is a beautiful thing that you are saying that, but it's a little counterreactive. We should see color. We need to embrace how much the Black, indigenous communities, etc. have been through. We need to see the fucking strength in their colors. It's not about erasing and just everything being normal. We need to embrace what the fuck they've been through. You should see power in their color. There's just something I felt very called to state, not even necessarily just with you, but as a message for the individuals here. It's beautiful to say you don't see color, and you're still aligned with a correct purpose by saying that. But there's going to be more vocal. There's going to be more power by saying, you know what? I see the power in acknowledging and appreciating every single color. The God made everything with a spectrum. Colors. Talking about just like literal fucking colors. The weather, nature, species, animals, and yes, humans. We are all supposed to be diverse. Nature is diversity. All right. Let me light this one. All right. Penny Jervis. Let's get you a general pull. Foot like a butterfly, sting like a bee. There's something that you are in between. Pure workout effect, surge of energy. You have an idea you're sitting on. There is an idea. We all have something within our life. No matter what you do with your field, your career, etc. There is a spiritual download we all have that somebody else doesn't have. And we're supposed to exert that to the world. There's an aha moment, and you don't even necessarily realize when you're going through it that this is something you've unlocked, that you're destined to tell this world and make a domino effect so others see theirs. You are not meant to be you're not meant to be, okay, I know why they're making me say it that way. You're not meant to be somebody else's boss. You're meant to be your own boss. You work in a company where you have a leadership position. You are the leader. And even though you're a great leader, your skills, what you're supposed to do, it's either bringing people into your own company or being simply your own boss. And this could be a transitional period where you go from having no employees to once you feel that whatever you're doing is advanced enough, you're starting to hire individuals. And I do feel a grind period time where you're working both that job you already have, but on your off time, focusing on what you're really meant to do. There's an idea, there's a craft that you have. You're creative. And whatever you're doing as a job is logical. And even though you are a logical person, I'm sensing You're either an air or a water sign. And I'm feeling more air, but maybe that's even more your rising sign is an air, because the way I'm seeing it's like you are a logical person, but internally maybe you have a water moon sign. Are you a Scorpio moon? Cancer moon? Those are the two that are ringing to me. Internally, you are an emotional being. You are a creator. And everything you've learned from working where you are has established your ability to be your own boss and run your own company in a state of nothing but being a human, knowing how to operate in this 3D world, the mundane, the westernized life, now mixed with the spiritual reason. And if you didn't have all of the experience you did beforehand, if you didn't have those leadership positions where you had to go through the trials and tributes, you wouldn't be prepared to be your own boss. Very interesting. Okay. Take a drink. All right. Next person. Margot's Paradilis. I'm very sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. You would like a little message from your guides. Thank you. All right, let's get you a little message from the guides. What do they got for you? Have you been feeling called to get a form of higher education? Mysterious build or a comforting appearance. Okay, so maybe it's not exactly like college based, but you've been feeling called to either look into some form of, it has to be a form of a mentorship, or signing up for a certificate. Maybe that's more, it's okay, apprenticing, but like for a specific field. And actually it's something you would be paid for to do as well. It's a paid internship. Okay, it's not an apprenticeship, it's not a mentorship, it's a paid internship. You're going to be receiving an opportunity to go abroad. All expenses paid. It's going to be scary. And if you don't already have your passport situation set up, that's something they're actually feeling called for you to go ahead and do. Sooner than later. It's better to have it done so it's one thing off the table for you. And I'm also feeling called to tell you about TSA check, just in case you're not aware. Sign up for that. Saves you hours. But you're going to be going abroad. There's going to be a form of an internship, and it looks like something you're going to spend about 9 months there doing. All right. Next person. CJ! Good to see you, my friend. All right, you're an Aries. Have you met the love of your life? Okay, so it looks like we've let go. We let go of the other individual. You're understanding. You're understanding what you're deserving of more. It's beautiful. You just opened up a door that couldn't have been opened until you had that realization. You should be very proud of yourself. Small build. Paying attention to the deep details. How much lighter do you feel already by releasing that person? How much more sleep have you been able to receive after releasing that relief of releasing that person? It's hard. It is so hard when you're in that moment of, is there anything else, or am I giving up on who I think my divine is? But trusting that inner compass of, no, this can't be my divine. My divine would, they're not going to be a perfect individual, but they wouldn't treat me like this. We all have toxic traits. We all have part of ourselves that we're learning and developing. And that's a humongous, beautiful thing about spirit. They will align you with the karmics, that twin type of energy, when you also are not ready for your divine, when you're not healed enough, when you're going to make mistakes that are hard to come back from. Spirit aligns us with individuals where both of us are in that state so we can work through it together, so that when both of you find who your divines are, you're healed enough for them. Not perfect, not completely healed, healed enough to be a healthy partner for yourself, that you're able to be a healthy partner for somebody else. You absolutely are going to meet the love of your life. The person right now in your existence, having your divine in your existence is not current. Okay, I'm surfing through something right now. You have not yet met who your divine is to be. You are in that period stage of allowing that last relationship to truly be energetically disconnected. But they do not want you to give up on finding love in 2025. Okay? It looks like this person will end up approaching themselves to you, and it will take you being in community, out and about. This is not going to be somebody you meet on a dating app. This is not going to be somebody that is just casual from work. It looks like it's about getting out in community, out of your comfort zone. And you'll pay attention to how this person is very assured of themselves. And you've dated confident men before, but there was a level of ego confidence, I guess is the best way I like to put it, versus compassionate confidence. I'm not thinking of the right words to say with it right now, but there's an egotistical form of confidence that really just comes from a state of fear and feeling like you don't want anybody to have control over you, versus a person that actually has control over themselves and is truly confident, doesn't need to take up space. The space just gets taken up. And you're going to see that difference with this individual. I think you've dated a lot of men who had great qualities, but they more likely were falling along that ego sense of confidence. And they had to get checked. This individual who you're going to be meeting in 2025, he checks himself. He realizes, hey, these were my toxic traits. There's something to be aware of him is I hear impulse. Something he's going to tell you that he learned in past relationships about himself is his impulse control. He could see himself being like, I want to give this person everything they want. And without realizing it, he was putting a deep amount of expectations on the other person to meet time frames the same time he wanted things to happen, rather than going with the flow. So this individual, he will want to take his time with you. He will not want to rush. He will not instantly want to be intimate with you. In fact, I see a first interaction. I see a situation where he may actually not go with me here. It's not that he's going to turn you down when it comes to being intimate. You're going to be in a state of maybe like having a buzz. I don't see you being like drunk or anything like that, but I see it like you're aware and you know what you want, but he also knows that even though you're not like drunk or just tipsy or whatever, he's like, I don't feel comfortable even with that. I don't want our first kiss, our first interaction, anything with a drop of substance. I want you to know how much I respect you. And you may try to go and have an intimate moment with him, and he's like, hey, let's rain check this till tomorrow, until you wake up. Let's see in the morning if you still feel this way. And this is a very positive sign. So be proud of yourself for letting go of who you did. Somebody else is coming in. All right. Share Bear, I'm going to give you one more opportunity. Share Bear 0.79. Annie, if you see her continuously giving any more grief, please put her in a 24-hour pause. All right, Ranny. I feel called to do Ranny, even though I was supposed to do another super chatter. Atheno, I got you, but for some reason, Ronnie, I can't get away from your name right now. So we're gonna do one for you. All right, your name is Ranny, and you want to know, when will your divine masculine enter your life? What I'm gonna answer for you is your divine masculine already in your life, or is it a confirmation that they've yet? Anybody that you have interacted with to this point, are they soul ties, karmics, divines? Showing bravery, honoring your worth, ready for new experiences. You have not met your divine yet. Do not take that as a sign of fuck. Take it as relief. Everybody you've experienced, they've had a purpose in your life. And you have experienced who your twin is what I'm hearing. What we would call the category of a twin, okay? The person that's meant to help you mirror and see aspects of yourself go through an ego death, that is experience. But your tangle partner is somebody you have yet to meet. The more you go into the spiritual work, I feel that 2025 is a year of community and platonic dynamics. And I'm not saying to throw away the ability to have romance in 2025, but it's not the meat and the potatoes of this year for you. The meat and the potatoes of this year for you is community when it comes to found family members. And loving and giving yourself space. I feel like you could have been a person that either jumped from one relationship to the other, or you just simply hated being single so much that you would allow yourself to believe there was somebody you had more attraction to than you actually did. All right, now we're going to go to Athena. All right. Your name is Danielle. Hello, Danielle. All right. Are the apartments in SL you've been communicating with going to approve you? If not, how do I find the aligned space for me to live? Got you. The apartments she has right now in her minds in SL, do we have an approval? This is interesting. Yes. You're going to get 2 offers at the same time. I think that this company is going to let you know that there's 2 different apartments available. Okay, you are getting this. I want you to put 2 of the apartments or the areas in your head. And whichever one right now, I'm trying to do this in a way where it makes sense to me, but I want to make sure it makes sense for you. Give you enough time to put it in your head. I want you to put one thing in an apartment you like really want to have. Okay? This will make more sense. What are some things that you wanted to have? Did you want to have a porch? Did you want to have a balcony? Did you want to have a fireplace? I want you to look at I want you to visualize 2 different apartments. And one of them has a porch and one of them has a fireplace. Which one calls to you more? 1 or 2? Whatever one you just thought one was, either the fireplace or that balcony, the one that you said was number 1, that's the one you should take. It looks like the other apartment will have a lot of wear and tear with it. The one where it's more about, I'm feeling like it's the porch one where you were like, I think that's not what I necessarily need more. I would actually like more of a fireplace or etc. The one that you were called to, that was number 2, it's going to have, you're not even here. If it's in the same complex or etc., that one, there was like a flood. There was a form of something, I don't know if it's a second story, first story, whatever, but there's something that's going to come down. And you're going to have a divine intervention where you don't even have to deal with that. The company's good. Things happen. Wear and tears happen. But the first house or the first apartment that came to your mind when we saw fireplace, that's the one that you need to accept. You're going to be excited. I do feel that before May is here, you will be in this physical apartment. All right. All right. Loving Light Libra, you're going to be next. Is it going to get better? What we got for you, my friend? Is it going to get better? Okay, did you just get out of a relationship? It's either you just got out of a relationship or there was a connection that you thought was going to flourish and it's like you got ghosted. Something feels like it was swiped off the plate. Well, number 1, things are going to get better. Kinetic energy, force created by motion. Forward movement required. Enough energy stored to continue. Is it kind of like a double whammy? Did something with your career where you also live get kind of like disrupted? Either you're staying in the same place, but like it's now everything's moved. There's so much moving around in your house, which means somebody could be moving out or you're going ahead and moving into a new place. You're going to have You're going to have a very fruitful year. But right now, we are going through a tower moment. I do see the smoke is still settling. You've seen a foundation crawl or crush, but now it's like all the smoke is around, and you just know at this point, I just have to stand here. And I have to have faith that nothing's going to hit me. And once the smoke goes away, I can move forward. My friend, 2025 is a very powerful year for you. Right now, everything's crumbling down that cannot serve this next part. But you are safe, you are protected. What I see right now is they want you to know you made the complete right decision releasing this person. And even though it hurts, you are not actually physically alone. Don't go and make yourself feel bad for feeling like you're alone. Because what I mean when I say is you're not alone, we always have our guides. We always have our spirit guides. But humans still need other humans. It's part of the existence. We're independent sources as souls, but we as creatures, because we're part of the animal kingdom, we're pack mentality creatures. Right now, the only ones that should be entering your house or helping, if you're the one that's moving and packing up things and going to the next, should be true individuals that have your best interest. And even if that's one person, this year is a redemption year for you. You've already built a pretty strong community in 2024. This is a redemption year for you, my friend. Yes, it's more than going to get better. Everything's happening for a reason. All right, now, Eyes of Cree, that's me. All right, and let's get you your timer out. Uh-oh. Okay, no, that's good. Refresh. Okay, let me go ahead and get a little drink. All right. Go ahead. Have you met him? Will I be married? Okay. So, remember, on the description, it will tell you that there's certain questions that I do not completely answer in a live reading. This is because of respect for you. I feel it is highly inappropriate to channel all these people's energy around you and be able to tell you specifically that this person you are marrying. You want something like that? That's a deep dive. I need you and only you in front of me, not a lot of other people's energy. I feel it is completely irresponsible and doesn't align with truth to get into a live reading and tell somebody 1000% you are marrying this person. They are your divine counterpart. We can do a lot in a reading like this. We can do a lot for the collectives. We can verify if somebody's your soul tie. We can verify if somebody's a karmic. But that intensity, that needs to be no other energies, nobody else of your collective. I understand asking the question, 1000% understand, okay? But I'm also here to help. I'm not only here to answer questions. Part of my soul's purpose is to break delusion. I spent a life of being told things are a certain way when they weren't. I spent a life of having to learn for myself and my own inner compass when I can truly say something is right, just, not just, etc. And my guides have told me, Matthew, you are meant to be more than just somebody that helps people understand their future, more than somebody that even understands themselves, more than somebody that's about going into like healing generational curses. Like those are all things that's part of my mission. But one of my biggest things is breaking delusion in all aspects of this world. That includes the spiritual community. There are a lot of amazing, amazing, amazing people in this community, and there are a lot of corruptors. I will take those moments I can to give you nuggets of knowledge is what I call it. For the ones who feel called to hear it will be deserving of it. I know I am helping people who are aligned with their highest timeline. And then the individuals who this information won't help, meaning they're not in that vibration, it will go in one ear and out the other. Never feel scared to help. Never feel scared that you can't. If you go into something with pure heart and you just follow your discernment, Spirit will make sure who is ever supposed to be there will stay, and whoever can't take it gets out of the kitchen, basically. So, now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset your time right now. I'm resetting your time because that went into more an explanation, and you will get a full answer and card pull. All right, so your time's being reset right now. Have you met your divine counterpart? That's what we're going to ask. All right, ability to heavy responsibility. He's got a lot on him. Is he ready for her? He's a protector. We have the post. You haven't met him yet. You're going to meet him this year, though. You have had to be the protector in your life for a very long time. I feel that when it comes to, if you have brothers, sisters, etc., there's this energy of you could have been more of like a middle child, but it's like you had the responsibility of an adult, which should never happen. You had to be a protector emotionally and in some places physically growing up for individuals. And you told yourself, I am never going to marry or be with somebody that is like the individuals I saw and experienced growing up. And it's easier said than done. It's far easier said than done because that's what generational curses are. It's a trauma thing. It's a response. You're attracting in an individual that meets that frequency until you heal yourself enough to release, and then you attract in a new frequency. Your divine is somebody who is a deep protector. He does have the ability to take on heavy responsibilities. You haven't met him yet, though. At this moment, with this card, the press conference, this card for me always means it's something that's happening after the time of me seeing you. I have another card that would be if it was before me seeing you. At this present moment, you in front of me, you have not met your divine in this 3D existence. And you should take that as a sigh of relief, honestly. If there's anybody you're questioning, should I let them back in or etc., you release that. They serve their purpose. You have found family members and etc. who are staying. And what I hear, you're masculine. He will want to be friends with you first. There will be an obvious attraction. Something about him, if he's very broad, he's got a good build to him. He's pretty tall. I would say he's like in the 6 feet range. I'm looking at his hair right now. He likes to switch back and forth with his hair. He can grow hair pretty fast, and then he likes to cut it, buzz cut it. Interesting. That's what I got for you when it comes to your person. So let's give you a little bit more. One last card for you, what you should focus on to attract in this divine. If you have not met them yet, what are you to focus on then? The defender, standing your ground, sticking to your morals, standing up for others. Do not let an ex come back. Do not let people who remind you of who you once were. Let me reword that. There's a difference between having people we reflect with and like, oh, you remember when we did that when we were younger? How crazy we were? Versus that's like the essence of the entire relationship, like the friendship. It's like always just thinking of the past instead of making new memories. The individual, you have some family coming back into your life as well. It looks like not blood family, soul family. Friends or etc. that you guys separated for further growth, become adults and things happen. I think this friend could have a kid. They're going to be somebody that really right now helps you stand up and see how worthy you are of. I just see them saying things to you you already know about yourself, but it feels good, and that's okay. It feels good hearing things you know about yourself from another person unconditionally, unprovoked, meaning not asking, do you think I'm a good person, and etc. If you want to ask those things to people you love, there is nothing fucking wrong with that. We all need acknowledgement sometimes, validation. It's part of being a human. And it's strong to actually acknowledge that humans need acknowledgement. You're doing great. You are going to be meeting your divine. Focus on the other aspects of love you have in your life. Okay? All right, so that was the end of that group of super chatters. We're going to go ahead and start the other group. What I will state is this is about to be the last group of super chatters that are guaranteed their reading tonight. If you want to get your reading, this is the time right now to get your super chat in. Once I've put these next people down, I will do the cutoff, and anybody else that goes ahead and gives a super chat will be answered on the beginning of my next live, which I do plan right now to do tomorrow. All right. Let's go ahead and start the next group. But of course, we'll get this chunk of people, and then I'm going to start doing some free individuals, and then we'll end with the last group of super chatters. All right. All right. Chris Solemn. Crystal is your name. You are down on the list. You will be the first person we start for the next group of super chatters. Exporting. Scroll. Okay, Stephanie. Got you on the list. See, next person. Okay. Revere. $6.90. Got you. You've been added to the list. Okay. You gotta say some in the best way. Sometimes you say some stuff that just makes me laugh. Okay. Be fit. $1169. Added to the list. All right, Nikki, Minko, you have been added to the list. Okay. Person. Jessica. Got you on the list, Jessica. Okay. All right, so I just got our next group of super chatters. What I will do is now I'm going to be doing some free people, at least four free people. You have, if you want a super chat, you have until I'm done with those 4 people, and I look back down at my paper to give your super chat and still be able to. Sorry, I kind of said that in a way where it even joggled me up. If you want your reading to be answered and you're thinking about doing a super chat, I will also take anybody that puts a super chat until I'm done with these 4 free people. After that is when I'll do the cutoff, And then anybody else who super chats will get their answer right at the beginning of the next stream. I hope that made sense. Okay. Now let's go, we'll scroll up a bit and get some free people. Okay. Renee Harry, you're a Sagittarius. Oh, first. Right. Perfect. Let's do it like this again. All right, perfect. Alrighty, is this year going to be my traveling year? Renee, Harry, is this year going to be your traveling year? Full contact, multitasking, various skills. Absolutely. You're going to, what I'm hearing is you're going to have like a pack, you're going to have a carry-on or etc. you just have normally always packed. That way you don't have to continuously get the little containers and fill up the conditioner and have all of this stuff. Like you're going to have something that all you ever really need to put in it is whatever clothes and stuff for your work you're going to need for that specific trip. This year, you're going to be at least on 2 planes and in 3 car trips. 2 planes, 3 car trips. This year, you're going to be also needing to calculate your miles is what I'm hearing. You need to get you can either do it manually or you can find a simple app that will track your miles that you can go ahead and use when it comes to your taxes. Because you can write off when, no matter if you have your own business or not, if you're traveling for somebody else's business or your own business, miles, you can literally claim up to like $8,000 off in taxes based off of calculating your miles and having evidence and proof of how much you've driven and also your gas, in case you're not aware. You're going to want to get a traveling form of an app. There's plenty of free ones. I'm not fucking sponsored to anybody with this shit, okay? I'm simply telling you guys what I use. I use a app called MileQ. It goes ahead and automatically tracks. As soon as you get in your car, it starts tracking your miles. And then when you end your trip, you either swipe right to let it know it was a business trip, or you swipe left for it to be a personal thing. This is going to be something that you really want to do now, so you don't have to backtrack all the way when you're doing your taxes at the end of this year or etc. This is a very financially invested year, and people financially investing in you specifically. So yes, this is going to be a traveling year for you. All right. Oh, that was a free person. Let's do another one. All right. Your name is Nanisha. Your last name is Tavers. Okay, I got you. Okay. You're a Virgo. Is this year going to be great for your career and finances? Let's see. Career and finances for my friend. What do you got for her? Getting in your own way, beating yourself up, own worst critic. You are going to have a leap of faith opportunity. And the only one that's going to get in your way is yourself. I'm feeling this is something you're going to have to do alone. You may have been somebody that has always traveled with somebody else or etc. This feels like you're really going to uproot and do this next part by yourself. Even if you're in a relationship or etc. Your partner and you are not going to be able to be on the same plane and etc. together. So there's going to be a migration. There's going to be a time frame where both of you, it's not like you're in a long distance relationship, but because of your work, it feels basically like that. No matter if you live in the same home or not, or if you have multiple homes, etc. This energy is going to be a phenomenal year. But there's going to be, when I say this, I don't mean it in the intensity it feels. There's going to be sacrifices. Sacrifices does not mean you're literally sacrificing a love or a relationship. It's a time thing. Another thing I feel called to highlight for people is what the word consequences truly means in the state of law of attraction, not in the state of human beings. Consequences are not bad. Consequences literally mean chain of events, what happens. What's a consequence of being a person that gives unconditionally? High vibrational karma coming back. That's the consequence. What's the consequence of going ahead and lying behind somebody's back? The consequence is usually losing trust or etc. Consequence and the word consequence and the word karma are not inherently bad at all. They are cause and effect. You have a very lucrative year. You just cannot be afraid of doing things by yourself. All right, 2 more, and then we'll switch back to the super chatters. Okay. And above, sin. Again, I know I say it all the time. I'm sorry if I say your guys' name wrong. I really do try. Servi and Neshi, I got you. But your first name is Anabav, and you're a Leo. Will you and your partner get back together? Will you and your partner get back together? There's something better for you. I'm telling you. There was a point of no, was it to the masculine, to the feminine? The way that flipped. The masculine said it to the feminine. Okay. There was a point of no return that was hit between you and this last conversation. You had to put a healthy boundary up, and this person chose to flee. What was said to you, it looks like it's something that can't be crossed back from. You two could be back in each other's life, but it will be a cycle repeat. And you will get to the point, just like you did, where you became exhausted again. I feel you put this healthy boundary down and they dipped. And this person, maybe this isn't even the first time you've gone through this. Or maybe you've gone through this with a different energy before, you've gone through the same experience, but with a different person or different soul. And you're like, you know what? I don't have to go through this again. No matter how much I love this person. Freedom of will. Sometimes we can forget so much how freedom of will is a prime ingredient for a healthy relationship. Love is not enough. Loving yourself is not enough. Cake, a batter, to make a beautiful cake, to make something you can present takes multiple ingredients. And that's how you should look at love. You can't make a cake with just the eggs. You can't make a cake with just the sugar and etc. You need everything. And sugar is the example of the positivity in a relationship. The eggs would be the resemblance of the thing that sticks things together, foundation, moments, hard moments that you got through together, and etc. So, there's somebody else that's better meant for you, and I know that hurts to hear right now, but let your soul ring the truth to you and allow yourself to have this time where you're getting over this dynamic. Don't try to rush into another relationship. All right. Another little drink. Christine? All right. You want to know if your settlement will be $75K? Will her settlement be $25K? It's going to be $25K more. They don't want you to take the first offer. Interesting. Prize fighter. Participation brings financial gain. Seasoned professional. Do you have somebody who is like With this settlement, do you have somebody that is like an accountant or a lawyer, etc., helping you? It feels like there's some whoever is helping you with the money has your best interests and is not trying to cut corners. I feel like you're going to get more than 75K, to be quite frank. You could get anywhere between 75K to 100K. There is a range with that. There's going to take a little bit more time because there's a divine intervention. But this is a seasoned steak, is what I like to call it. This manifestation, this feeling, this vibration, it's more than just for the protein, for the source. There's an experience involved with this next part of your life, of this. So this settlement, you're being given what you deserve, which is that state of the meat being the protein, eating the nutrient, but then there's topping on top of it. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Megan, there we go. Oh, nope. Didn't follow the directions. All right, Denise. All right, got you, Denise. You're a Gemini. You're a twin, but your brother passed away after a few hours. I'm sorry to hear that. He's still with you. Is my move to Ohio going to be good? Well, your twin brother is definitely your Archangel Michael. He's a protector. He helps you from evil forces. I truly believe that Archangels can be with all of us at the same time because it's kind of like a split energy type of thing. I feel that when and again, this is a universal truth I'm telling you. This is something that I proved to myself until I taught somebody, but you guys use your discernment and you do your own research from here when I tell you this. I believe that until we have certain people pass over from our physical existence, our archangels, they are that sentient being that's never had a physical human experience. But when somebody passes on, it's like that angel passes a torch to the person's soul that was in this lifetime with you. Archangel Michael as a whole, he protects from malevolent forces, the devil, demons, etc. He casts them back to hell. I truly believe one of the first people that ever passes in your life is your Archangel Michael. This person, his soul, his essence, lives as you live. Something I had to highlight for you. But is your move to Ohio going to be good? Trusted advice with that KO knockout. If you stay in the current area, you're being called for a reason. It's going to be fulfilled. It's going to be very scary to do this by yourself, but yes, this is good. You're having your protector, your provider stating, your provider, that gym partner. So are you going specifically are you moving to Ohio for a relationship or a career? Okay, based off of whatever one your answer is, I'm going to give both understandings. If you're going for your career, this is going to be healthy. This is something where you will have to spend a lot of time feeling like you're doing everything by yourself. But eventually there is going to be somebody I see that you meet in Ohio if you're not in a relationship. This energy, it really does feel like I'm on the right track with this one. Okay. There's a lot of people in your collective that are literally right now aligning with this message, and I'm migrating through the different waves, is what I like to call it, to try to stay on course with you more. Ohio, you're meeting a relationship. You're not in a relationship right now. People you've trusted, maybe individuals in your life, are kind of like, you shouldn't move this far away from us. But Michael, your Michael, is telling you your soul needs to go to this experience. There's nothing left for you in the current place you are to excel. If you stay where you are, it's not stagnant, but it's no movement at all. This move to Ohio is unlocking a whole other door of opportunities for you. You have to be ready to do a little part of it alone, but remember, in a spiritual sense, you're not alone. And the people that are telling you you shouldn't move, they just want what's best for you. But they've settled in their own lives. And sometimes before we take advice from people, we need to look at their life. Even if they're successful, are they happy? There's a difference between having a successful life and a valued life. You want to take advice from people who have a valued life, not just success. Long story short for you, so we can continue on. Yes, this is going to be a very lucrative, and it's going to be a lucrative both spiritually and financially for you. Okay. All right, one more free person, and I'm going to go to my super chatters. All right, let's see. All right, Christina, good to see you. Thank you for being a member. We'll go ahead and we'll give you an answer. So you remember I was called to you for a reason. And then the person right above. All right, I'm going to do Christina and then the person right above, and then we'll go to the super chatters. Christina Hackett. Will Amy call you? Will Amy call you? I think this person's waiting for you to call them. This doesn't mean you have to, but I think this person has not reached out to you because of a sense of, like, respect. They know what you have on your plate, and they don't want to be another person that's just, like, taking your energy. If you've felt called, if you haven't been talking to your friend, or if this is a significant other, etc., because you've been afraid to talk about a sensitive topic, within the next 2 months, you're going to be placed in front of each other to have this conversation. And it's going to go well. But we need to make sure our presentation doesn't overspeak our words. It feels like Amy's waiting for you to reach out to her. All right. Margot Bade. Margot Bade. You're a Pisces. Has your love interest moved on? Has your love interest moved on? They're split down the middle, but they're more going to the right. Medium build, large build, disciplined, structured, devoted, patience. They still have a place for you in their heart, but they completely feel it's time to move on. They do not see the ability for you two to be productive forces in each other's life. That does not mean that they do not want good for you or for you to be happy. In fact, this is true unconditional love. Sometimes people can stay together because of how bad they're afraid that there's nothing else. When in reality, sometimes really loving somebody is letting them go. And knowing if you're meant to be together, you will find each other again in the future. Or simply, you serve your purpose and you will meet each other again in another lifetime. This individual, they're focused on the forward. And Spirit's guiding you to do the same. You embrace what you feel. Don't hide away from it. Don't let it consume you, though. And remember that you guys truly did what you're supposed to do in each other's life. But there is this barrier I see that for both of you to really enter that next part of your timeline, there are certain like karmic connections you and this person have that cannot be pushed over. The block, the defense guard, absorbing shock, transmitting to higher frequency. There's been certain lines that have been crossed. And for the energy for both of them, and this comes back to even a past life. In one of the past lives you two had together, it looks like you could have left this person. And that's another reason why you feel this sense of like wanting to chase. I feel that in a past life, you chose a purpose over your family. And you died in a form of war, etc. That will go into a very deeper reading. But what I can say for now, so I can continue on, is this life, the one that matters right now, you two have something else to build with other people. And you're going to have a special place for each other. But the more you try to chase this, it's going to run away. Yeah. Let yourself move forward and appreciate it for what it was. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and write down the rest of the super chatters that have given since I last looked. This is 1000% the last moment you have to put a super chat in if you want it to be answered tonight. So, if you're called, get that in within the next minute or two. And let me scroll up to where I last wrote down, which was Jessica. Okay. Scroll. All right, Savini. Got you on the list. Right. Val W. You are on the list. All right, Glenn X. Her name's Jasmine. You call yourself Jinx. Got you on the list. Okay, and then I see. Okay, see that Savini, you did 2 times, so I'll make sure to mark that. Okay. All right. Keep scrolling. All right, cool. I just got everybody. We're officially, as of now, cutting off the guaranteed gifters to get their message for this stream. Again, if anybody decides that they'd like to gift after, I'll make sure to put your guys' names down, and you will be the first ones that I give the readings to on our next live. And they are recorded, so you can always go back if you are not able to join that live and find your reading. All right. Let's scroll back up, starting with Roger. Or was it Jessica? No. Jessica's not the first, but she's in the list, though. Did I get you down to? Yes. Okay. One more person up, and then we'll start. All right. Rever Gil. Let me drink the rest of mine. Drinky poo. All right. Rever Gil. Will you receive a financial breakthrough? You're a Scorpio. Let's get it. you want me to pull that for verification, but this is his card. Pre-workout effect, putting your energy out there with that resilience, that quick recovery. You are going through a character building phase. Spirit wants you to know, when it comes to your bills, when it comes to your necessities, when it comes to food, they will always make sure you have enough to have those things fulfilled. Right now, you are going through that period where they're reminding you your worth does not come from your money. Your worth comes from this, from this, from this. When we go through the ups and downs, it's not because we're being punished. There are things that are also out of your control completely that are coming with finances right now. But I see a return. I see something that's owed to you. A form of a settlement you may not even known that you were owed. Or it's a form of either like you're getting a bonus, a grant. There's something that is going to give you a deep sense of financial freedom before 2025 is over. So yes, you are receiving. What they want you to do right now is remember, whatever money is in your bank account has nothing compared to your worth. And you're going to have more than enough. Right now, the biggest focus is your health, is what they're wanting me to state. Don't make yourself go over crazy, trying to overpower yourself because you're afraid or you're in a state of anxiety when it comes to money. You still gotta allow yourself to breathe, eat accordingly, sleep, sleep, sleep. There's a difference with law of attraction. There's something called the 7 laws of spiritual success. If you feel called to look into it, you should. One of the laws is called the law of least effort. And what that means, it's not meaning don't do anything. It's not meaning being lazy. The law of least effort is the essence of work smarter, not harder. When you allow things to come to you, and when you see there's a time of action, there's a time of reaction, and a time of doing absolutely nothing, that actually manifests things deeper into you. Sometimes we're trying to fight a current when really the whole time we're supposed to stay and let it flow and show us which way to go. You have growth. You have a lucrative 2025. Okay. Next person. Be Fit 1169. Will you ever find your true love? At 56 years old, since I lost my boyfriend, he passed away. He's still in your heart. I definitely see he's a protector for you. Somebody else is your Archangel Michael. Your ex, though, he's something to do with Archangel Raphael, specifically. He's protecting you from float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. The balance of the masculine and the feminine. The thing is, the person that passed away, it was a very healthy relationship. It was precious. And you really were like, did I experience, was that my love? Am I going to be able to expand the love that he gave me to another person? Or is this rest of my existence alone? It is not alone. You are attracting in another person that is the essence of that connection. And what I mean by that is somebody that's part of your soul tie. You see, the soulmates, they're randomized in life. Soul ties, you reincarnate in every single existence. And there is another person who may not have been him, but that still is going to fully be able to embrace your heart, and you embrace theirs. Pre-workout effect, surge of energy, excitement, motivation. Take this 2025 as a butterfly effect. There's something that is growing. There is something you've already put your seeds into and nourished. And I see that you have a form of a secret admirer, but they may not know exactly how to tell you what they feel. And it feels like it's involving a work, like a coworker. A deep friendship where they're scared to tell you because they don't want the friendship to go. But this is something that is definitely meant to thrive. Yes, you're going to experience another love. And it's going to be beautiful in its own way. It's not going to match up to who your person is, the boyfriend that passed away. It's going to be something of its own category and uniqueness. Right. All right, Nikki, you're next. Nikki Minko, you would like a general reading. I got you. Let's get you for the general reading, my friend. Trusted advice, backbone, mentor, wise person. You've been feeling called to do some form of higher education as well. Whether that's going back to school, getting a certificate. There is something you're feeling called to further dive into. And this is a time. You are in a sponge marinating area. A sponge marinating area. Interesting. You're being a sponge. Are you somebody that is like into cooking? Are you somebody that is... Have you worked in cooking for a while? Like back of the house type of energy. And that love, that support. See, working in back of the house, it's a different form of a bond with those people, but it's also a different form of fucking rage. And you gotta have a different level of thick skin to work in the back of a house of a kitchen. I feel that you are a creative force and you like what you're doing, but the energy and what's behind it, it doesn't align with you. There's something you want to do with still in culinary field or creation with your hands for others to experience, but more in a unique way to you. Or have you been wanting to open up like your own bakery? Or there's a form of love. There's a form of that bliss where you are on the right track for what you're doing, but there is this sense of you migrating to being your own boss with it. Whether this is the creative force I'm seeing is completely aligned with culinary and you doing bakery or etc. There's something you're supposed to do with your hands. And it's a power, it's a magic. You know, there's a difference between, there's a reason that food feels different when it's from like a home cooked place versus going to a restaurant. There's love put in it. And love generally changes not only the taste but the vibration of what you are consuming. And every individual that receives what you make is receiving a piece of your love. Your general energy pulls to let you know that if you've been looking into getting an investor, or if you've been looking to get some form of like a scholarship or an internship to learn another skill, to perfect this craft and then open up your own place, this is the sign of you need to apply for these things. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Even if the cooking is something more you feel like, it feels like you're going to have somebody that ends up being the back of the house of wherever you are and you're more of a front face as well. So also in within time, hiring somebody who you can trust with your precious recipes. 2025, you're building a lot of community. But it looks like into 2027, there's going to be something you start actually hiring other people to be part of your business for. Okay. All right, next person. Jessica. All right, let's get your timer on. All right. What do I need to know about your person? And you're a Cancer, Jessica. What does she need to know about her person? They're still unlocking the key to their happiness. The organized structure. Preparation. Your person definitely is still unlocking the key to their own happiness. They don't feel fulfilled in what they're doing, but they look it. They're a positive person, but they got a game face. A true game face, because they feel that if anybody knows that they're freaking out, then everything's going to crumble down. They have a lot of responsibilities on their plate. And if you were completely connected right now, you would not have time for each other. They want you to know that divine intervention is taking place. I see family. I see you having a family if you don't already have children. Do you have one child? I feel like that you have one child, or there's a sense of another being created by you two. This will take time. I end up seeing 3 people together. And third being added. I think you have your own child with somebody else. You're going to be with this person. And in about 7 years, you're going to have another child. 7 years, you're going to have another child with this person. Now, that might sound like a long time. It may even be an adoption. Because I'm feeling like there is a child that's going to be presented to both of you that is not a newborn or anything like that. You could end up having a child together, and then if you don't have a child right now together, that is the one I'm seeing. And then there is another being that is meant to be your child that you will meet in 7 years. And this is organic. That's what's beautiful about these things. The signs, the synchronizations, the predictions, you do not go looking for them. They come to you. So, with that being said, whenever I do really long predictions that are like longer than a year or 2 years, I recommend people pull out your if you feel called, pull out your calendar on your phone. What's today? I can't remember. What's today? February 18th for me. Go into February 18th, 7 years from now, if you can do that far, and put a timer, however you want to label it, and see the synchronization align for you for when this person comes in. But honestly, what you need to know about your person is they are in the complete state of becoming their own healthy partner. You too have a key, you have a destiny to unlock, but we still have a lot of freedom of will at play. Looks like you will end up having either another child biologically or being presented to you, if not both. Then, one more card for you to focus out of the reading. Feel like a butterfly sting like a bee. Balance within one's masculine and feminine energy. You're wondering, is there anything I can do to advance, to make this connection come in faster? And the answer is no. In fact, the more you try to advance or look or pry, there's actually going to be a disruption. This is that whole sense of the law of least effort. I really highly suggest you guys look into the 7 laws of spiritual success. And I do feel called to state that is one of the thousands of lessons I have with my apprentices. If you're feeling called to join my apprenticeship program, I have 3 available spots right now. I'm willing to take on 3 more apprentices. And the way that you can find out the information for that is going to my website, offprintment.com. And that is linked in all of my social media platforms. On my services page, you scroll all the way down and it's the last service I have listed. Basically, long story short right now, my apprentices, we meet up every month. We meet up once a month for 2 hours, one-on-one. We dive into a specific lesson. We dive into tarot, divination. I also do personal readings for you to help you migrate not just the spiritual aspect, but also the human part of your existence. Then once a month, we have another meetup that is a group meetup with all of my apprentices and students. We get together at the last Saturday of every month and we just vibe. We talk about what's been going on in our lives. We do a cleanse together. I have a private tarot teaching Discord server that you have access to that we have constant weekly communication in. I also give all the apprentices and students 2 tarot teaching videos every single month on an ever-growing playlist. As soon as you become an apprentice or a student, because my apprentices are who I do everything I can possibly teach you, and my students are specifically only tarot guidance. I only teach them things about tarot. Either one, as soon as you become one of those apprentices or students, you receive every single tarot teachings video up to date you have access to. And right now, that's about 25, I believe. They go into diving into helping you understand every single specific card, how the cards would work together, and that's called companion cards, individual spreads, and a bunch of other types of divination tools as well, like how to use runes, pendulums, etc. If you're feeling called to learn more, you should go to my website, offprintment.com. And yeah, so that's what I got for you. Let's go on to our next person. right. Refresh. All right. Now, our next. Savini. And you were the one who, you went ahead and did 2 super chats. Let me make sure the second one doesn't have a question. You were just wanting a general poll overall. Yes, you were just wanting a general poll overall. Scroll back up. Perfect. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get you your reading. And go ahead and put your timer on as well. Go ahead and do incense. Okay. Perfect. All right, perfect. All right, general poll for Savini. What does Spirit need you to know right now? Past, present, future poll. There's a relationship you're trying a little... Okay, remember I'm here for you, always. There's a relationship you're holding on to that you should not. There's a relationship that you are falling into chasing energy for. The connection was going really well at first because you guys were in this state of like the mysterious part. I don't know you. It's exciting. And what I feel is the more this person got to know you, there was this sense of them feeling that you, and go with me here, okay? It's a reflection of them. They felt that you were too soft, too nice. They wanted somebody that made them... It's a toxic thing, to be quite frank. It's a part of an unhealedness within this person's soul. They feel that stimulation, and having something to worry about is what keeps them attracted to a person. They're not used to somebody who just unconditionally accepts and does not make them feel like they have a need to worry about them cheating or going somewhere else. And for so long, that's what that person sees as strength. And that's unfortunate for them. It's very unfortunate for them. You've done everything you can in this moment to make time, be understanding. And even though this is beautiful, it is coming a little bit from a selfish state. And go with me here, okay? Because you are seeing this person for the highest version of them instead of who they are right now. And the more that you are trying to receive their approval, it's actually a form of not approving yourself. This type of connection, they have already digested in their head that you, and I'm not calling you this is though how they feel. You are too weak for them. They want somebody else that has a different type of backbone. Let them do their cycle repeat. They're going to figure out one day that what they saw and registered as weakness for you is strength. This is not a soul tie. This is a person that is a karmic connection that is meant to help you move forward. But you are an individual that does not like to give up. If you continue with this, there's going to be words said that really end up hurting your ego that you don't need to experience. Spirit's guiding you to pick yourself and understand that the energy you're giving this connection is high vibrational, but it's needed for another person. It's not appropriate. The amount you're trying with this person is not appropriate for what they're giving you back. If they're ignoring you, if they're leaving you on red, if they're giving you half-assed answers, don't chase. You're setting up for that person the ability to use you. There's a difference between needing space and time versus just straight up making fucking somebody chase you. The biggest advice for you right now is to let it go. There is going to be another connection that you feel that their freedom of will is aligning to working with yours. All right. Next person. Reset this. All right. Why is Harry being distant? You're a Scorpio and he's a Sagittarius. Why is he being distant to you? There's been a misunderstanding. Somebody said something to him that's not true. But this has to be a reflection of him as well. I very much am always a person that's like, I don't like when readers blame somebody else completely. Oh, it's all that energy. No, it's not how fucking shit works. There is factors everywhere. There is somebody who has spoken what they believe your connection is to be. Let me reword that just a little bit. There's somebody that I wouldn't say they're talking shit about your connection, but they are not saying positive vibrations at all. There's somebody that is being kind of like that mouse in the back of their head and making them question you and your connection. This, though, is a deep reflection of themselves. This is what I'm saying. We can't blame whoever that person is that's saying something about you. That's wrong. That's not correct. But it's him we need to focus on. He's trusting that individual more than his own discernment and you. No matter how much you would try to chase that, the more you try to chase it, it's going to actually make him go the other way. There's a difference, though, between saying, hey, you know, I feel like you've kind of gone a little distant, just want to make sure everything's okay with you, checking up on you. After you've done something like that, like one time, you do not do it again. If they do not reciprocate, if they do not say, oh, you know what, I have been pulling back because of this, or there's a lot of stress. If they don't reciprocate and understand it's a conversation, you don't do that again. That's when we're falling into chasing energy. That's when you're allowing somebody to see that they can mentally neglect you and still receive you. I mean, it's a freedom of will choice. And there's a difference between unconditional love of somebody, having unconditional love, and letting them still use you. You can unconditionally love somebody from afar, or you can unconditionally love somebody and let them use you. It's your choice. They have to go through whatever they're hearing, whatever they're feeling in their head. No matter what you say, it is down to them trusting themselves and using their own discernment. If you haven't already done that little confident, hey, wanted to let you know, I respect your space, but if there's anything you need to talk about, or if you're going through something, I'm here for you. If you already have done that, you've checked that off the list, let this go. Because the connection is not even strong enough yet where it's worth, like, we would be having a different conversation if it's like you've been with this person for years. That would be different. This is fresh. This is new. You guys are like in a talking stage. And because of that, there has not been an energy exchange yet given to you to deserve you going above and beyond for them. Okay? Right now, let this go. They got their own shit to figure out about using their discernment. But I'm not saying that it's not possible. Just the more you try, it's going to push it the other way. This is that thing we talk about with the law of least effort. All right. Right. Jasmine, you call yourself Jinx. Will your finances get better? Will your finances get better? Step by step, one day at a time. Absolutely, your finances are going to be better. Full contact, multitasking. June. Something's going to happen in June where this struggle you've kind of had where you're like, okay, my bills are getting by, but it's like just in time. I'm having just enough time for my bills to get by. In June, there's something erupting to where you're going to have financial freedom again, is what I'm hearing as well. So you've had financial freedom for a while, and then things have changed with what's going on in the world in general, but also in your own individual like expenses. There's been something you've had to migrate. There could have been a change with a relationship, or it's just there's more responsibilities. There's more responsibilities with less pay. Did you get promoted, or did you get some form of, I feel that you are literally doing more work for less pay right now. Has there been a budget cut within your company and they stated that the only way we can keep you working here is if you're willing to take less pay? I feel like there's another opportunity coming up in June. If you have to continue doing this job for now, there's going to be another company that's going to give you more than you were getting before. And it's still going to be a lot of work. It's more work and more pay, though. It's an energy exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. June, there's going to be a sense of relief. With still a lot of responsibility, but you like that. You like responsibility. You like structure. Okay. Next person. Next person. All right, Montine. Yeah, Montine. Is Austin McGrath... Let me make sure I didn't skip somebody else first. Just want to make sure. Let's go back up. I don't think I did, but I just want to make sure I didn't skip anybody. No. Okay. All right, perfect. Montine, is Austin McGrath worried about you right now? Is Austin McGrath worried about you right now? Kinetic energy force movement. He is much more worried about you than he's letting off. I feel him sweating. You usually reach out by this time, don't you? Or there's been a change in your pattern. Like, you used to chase and you're not. And this person is registering. And for a moment, he's kind of wondering, like, is there something wrong? And that's why she's not doing anything. But what I see is if you posted on... It's very interesting. Have you posted on social media in a while? I feel like you haven't. I feel like something has always changed with that, too. So he's almost like, she's not talking to me. She's not posting on social media. What's going on? So there is something stirring within him, but I also see the boiling not being enough to where he feels like he wants to ask you or reach out to you. This person, you are in their mind. You're the kinetic energy I'm feeling, not them. You're ready for this to move forward. You're ready for this to continue. A time of closure, business settled. This person's not willing to be vulnerable. Not at least right now. And it would take a big energy forecast change. I mean, seeing them completely change the way that their mind is thinking, which is possible, but right now it's showing that this is a separation for more than further growth. This person, the only way you're going to move forward with a healthy relationship, I'm seeing, is separating this connection. This keeps you tied to something else, to another timeline. They cannot let another healthy person come into your life that's actually going to hear you if you're trying to gain the attention, even if it's just an energetic sense right now, no longer the physical way you used to, of another person. If you've been hoping your silence has been deafening to him, or your silence is making him want to come in, you're not incorrect, but it's not fully going to happen. What I mean, you are correct that you're figuring out the energy that he's worried, that he's thinking about you. It's not worth him to actually be vulnerable. And I see a man who is going to stay in that traditional mindset because of stubbornness. You are deserving of something better. And it's nothing saying that he's a piece of shit person or lowering his worth, but he doesn't meet your frequency. And when people see that, we can't be distractions. A lot of times they get... When they see a relationship or a connection is not going to be a distraction, it's going to actually take work, internal, like, realization and processing of their own behaviors and actions. Sometimes people run from that, and they want a distraction. They want a connection that they're going to fight with and do stupid shit with and cycle repeat. And you have a choice of being that person or saying, no, this individual was a purpose in my life. They're a soul tie. I was destined to meet them. I was not destined to stay with them. There's somebody else better meant for you, my friend. Okay. Where's the other two? Those other two. Maybe I did accidentally. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Those are the two. Make sure to check my what? Okay. Let's see. What the fuck? Alright. I accidentally almost put on a screen. I'll look into that later. Okay. Chissum, Kirisalam. I know I'm saying your name wrong, but you only wanted a general pull. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the pull. I'm going to spell out your name just so you know who I'm talking to. Your name is spelled Krysalism. And you wanted a general pull. Chissum. Chissum? What's the energy revolving around you right now? Light features focusing on small details. And that self-control, the behavior expression. You're paying attention, like you're a fly on the a fly on the wall type of energy. And there's a person that you've definitely been kind of like wanting to do more interactions with, or you haven't been sure about, but your soul has felt called to them recently. There's a connection you've been thinking about exerting an inner truth to. You're not used to doing this. You're used to more letting things come to you, but this is the balance with law of attraction. There is a connection you're being called to express to, and this doesn't have to mean pouring out your fucking heart, but it is embracing that for the next steps for you to happen with this person, they're not even registering or aware of how you feel. With them knowing how you feel, I see instantly a change within them. Of something like, oh no, you know what? I didn't know you saw me that way, but now that I do, I see a channel open of communication with that. I'd like to go on a date and see if we're more than friends or etc. But this is that balance of law of attraction. You're used to things simply coming to you because of how strong your manifestation abilities are. And to continue that, you must also, as you've listened to the calls of when to allow things to come, you have to listen to the calls of when it's time to enact. Okay. All right. I literally just did yours, my friend. You're the one that I had a trouble saying your name. I apologize for that. All right. And Stephanie. Stephanie 66. Stephanie 66. General pull for you. You feeling burnt out? For a protector energy. You're tired of trying to find a masculine is what I'm feeling. You're kind of like feeling a hopelessness when it comes to love right now. But Spirit's wanting you to know there is this, I feel this teddy bear type of energy entering your life. This is a big dude. He's a husky dude, and he has a heart of gold. He's definitely a pretty tall individual, and I see like a semi beard. And what I mean by semi is like it's a little bit more than 5 o'clock shadow, but it definitely don't come off more than an inch off his face. Don't come off more than an inch off his face. He used to wear glasses, but now he wears contacts specifically quite a bit. Do you have a full new person in your life that is meant to be this protector for you? Okay, but the relationships you have been running around with and exerting, they've made you tired, and you've gone into this state of hermit mode with love, to the point where you're almost like, I almost fucking just don't even believe in love anymore. We've all gone through that part in the process. It's part of it. In fact, multiple times we go through it. But there's somebody you're attracting in. And right now, you need the time of restoring. You need to focus on you. Let's see. I just had a channel message about a date. You're going to be asked out on a date before June. And they want you to believe you desire. They want to believe your desires. Like, there's nothing wrong with having desire. Desire is not attached to like chasing energy. Desire is different than obsession. When you desire something, that is actually bringing in a manifestation. When you allow yourself to embrace it, but becoming obsessive over something is when we tip over on the surfboard. Long story short for you, right now until June, you very much are in this state of your own energy, being your own healthy partner, releasing those ties that you kept going back to. And when January, okay, you did that in January, when January came around, and now, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. January, then June. In June, you're going to be ready for this unconditional love that you've always wanted. To be quite frank, if it came now, you wouldn't be ready for it. You would be scared. Holy shit, if this person's lying to me after everything I've been through, the things I've felt for others, I've never felt what I feel for this person. And if they're lying, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to do it. I'm not even going to go down that. I'm going to avoid. I'm going to run. You would be a runner without even realizing it. I'm telling you, divine intervention is at play. Right now, you should not be hopeless when it comes to love. In fact, this is the most thriving time of love you've experienced in a long time, because you are not entertaining. Since January started, you have not entertained any karmic connections. And you cannot say that for any year before. And that's okay. Right now, you are listening to that inner compass. Allow this masculine to come to you. And now you have a description of him as well. Okay. All right. If you guys are interested in receiving a one-on-one personal reading from me, you're going to need to go to my website, which is offprintmint.com, and that's linked in all my social media platforms. I have a lot of different services available. I have general readings. I have deep dives, which deep dives are where I predict future timelines. I connect to past loved ones, and etc. The general is what's going on in your energy right now, and how can we help best bring you to the next steps, all right? And then I also have the apprenticeship program. I have the soul uniting sessions. I have the inner child / inner teenager workshop, and a vast amount of things more. I also currently have in stock my tarot cards, or my oracle cards, which are the Boxer's Oracle. It's also on my website. You can simply click on the link in the front of the homepage that says click here to buy your oracle cards. I still have quite a few in stock, and then I'll be getting a new order soon as well. So you got plenty of opportunities to get these cards, a reading, etc. from yours truly. What I'm going to do now, everybody who has gifted, after my cutoff time, I'm going to write your names down, and you will be the ones that I start my next stream with, which I do plan on being tomorrow, okay? Let's see who has given. Let's see. right, Nikki, you did another one? Okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Nikki Minko, I am going to start with you tomorrow. You want just a general pull. All right, Nikki Minko, you will be the first. Now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go over to my Twitch, which is Twitch at UncleBronze Official. And we're going to play some Hogwarts Legacy, but I also do give away a free reading over there. So if you didn't get your answer today, you do still have one more chance to get a reading. All you simply have to do is go to Twitch at UncleBronze Official. You need to make sure you're following me, which is completely free. And then there is a keyword of the chat that you type in that automatically puts you into the draw. And the only way you're going to find out that keyword is by going to the live stream. All right, I'm going to take a moment to cleanse with y'all the cards. Yeah, right here, and then there. Give you guys some time to go over to Twitch at UncleBronze Official. Most of the time, I do an after stream over there. And right now, the video games we've mainly been playing are Black Ops 6 Zombies, Red Dead Redemption, Hogwarts Legacy. Right now, that's been the vibe. But I also want to start playing more, like, I want to play Days. It just got remastered. I want to play that game. I've been learning how to play Baldur's Gate. It's so fucking confusing to me, but I love it. Like, I cannot get on live until I know that I know how to do all of the stuff with it, so you guys aren't sitting there watching me just, like, on my fucking keyboard. But I'm excited to be able, once I figure out truly how to understand playing Baldur's Gate, I'm going to start a whole new character and go on with you guys. Annie, I'm trying. We'll be able to play each other soon. All right. Dope. And remember, guys, when it comes to Sage, I always feel called to state that it is definitely all based off of a personal, what you personally feel, but I can tell you I have had more indigenous people than I can count on both of my hands tell me it is okay to use these properties as long as you're using it for the right reasons. In today's world, I mean, honestly, probably more of us have indigenous blood than you even realize. Not to the level of those beautiful individuals, but just at least some that's been in your life. But even if not, if you're using it for the right reasons, it's okay. We live in a different world now. But if you're not using it for the right reasons, you got some fucking shit coming back to you. But I don't believe anybody here would do that to even begin with. Okay. All right, I got my area cleansed. Now we're going to go over to Twitch at UncleBronze Official, guys. Thank you for being here. If you choose to not migrate with us over there, I will be back on live tomorrow around the time frame of, I'm going to try to get on early at 7:30 p.m. The latest I'll be on is, I have a pretty late day tomorrow when it comes to personal readings. So it'll probably be more 8:30, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time that I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. But you have a great rest of your night, evening, etc. And if I see you over on Twitch, dope. You guys have a great rest of your day. Let's get it.